Hello, everybody, and welcome. Thank you guys all so much for joining us on this very, I guess you would say, exciting, to say the least, live stream of Resident Evil's 25th anniversary. Today we are playing the original Resident Evil 1 to celebrate. So on this day, 25 years ago, the original Resident Evil, known as Biohazard in Japan, released in Japan. So this is a very special episode. Very exciting. My name is JJ, and we have a ton of people joining us today. Some very special guests. So first, I'm going to introduce the Row team. We got Row team member Corey.
Hello.
We got Row team member Ali.
Hey, what's going on, everyone?
Row team member Tony.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Row team member Beggy.
Hey, what's up? Happy 25th, everyone.
And our very special guests, we have Jolene Andersen, the voice and mocap performance for Ada Wong in the Resident Evil 2 remake.
Hi, everybody. Happy 25th.
And next to her, we have Stephanie Panisello, the voice and mocap actress for Claire Redfield in the Resident Evil 2 remake.
Hi, guys. Happy anniversary.
Ew, yeah. And then next to her, we got Nick Apostolides, the voice and mocap for Leon Kennedy in the Resident Evil 2 remake.
Happy 25th, everybody.
Hell
What
yeah,
a hell of a
thanks.
day.
So thank you guys very
Fire.
much for joining us. We appreciate you guys coming by to celebrate this day with us here at the Residence of Evil. We are doing this live, so to everybody stopping in, thank you guys very much for coming to hang out. We appreciate it. We hope you guys enjoy this live stream. We got Cat Shark with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much to our favorite Cat Shark. He says, time to kick off the super chats. Cat Shark has arrived. Thanks, my man. So to everybody else stopping in, thank you guys very much. We're just going to be having a casual chat talking about our history with the series, some of our special moments, while we are playing the original Resident Evil 1 kind of in the background. So with that being said, let's jump into the game.
Five. Hey, you get a discount on your insurance.
Yeah,
That's still a
right?
thing.
Being
To
25.
look forward to.
It's a huge deal, guys.
Yeah.
25. Holy shit.
25 years is incredible. It's still going strong, if not stronger than it ever was, I think.
For sure.
Yeah, bigger. Whatever.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to say maybe, actually, Jeff, I don't know how old you are. I might be the oldest one here. Well, who's been a fan since 98? Anybody here with us?
Here I've been since the original Resident Evil 2. That's the game that got me into the series.
How old are you? Like 3?
Dude, I was I was 8. I was 8. Corey was 3. Yeah. I just turned dirty 30 this year.
Oh, you got me
You were
beat
close
then.
in age.
You got me beat.
Yeah, no, I got the game at launch. Like, I just walked into a KB Toys, saw this thing called Resident Evil. It looked cool, and my dad got it for me because I was too young. Because I'm 33, 34 next month. So
I got mine at a Toys R Us.
Captain Wesker, where's
1 and 2.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I won't say how old I am, but yes, I've been around for games that are Resident Evil.
That's a good way, to go over that. Real quick, I want to give a huge shout out to RE Girl for L with a $25 super chat. Thank you so much, RE Girl. Says 25 for 25 years of greatness. Love watching you stream and can't wait for this one. Thank you so much for that support. And then Justin Brzicki with a $50 super chat. Thank you so much, Justin, for that very generous donation. Says, happy 25th, everyone. Hello to Stephanie, my favorite Claire Redfield. So you got some fans in the chat, guys.
Get some love.
Oh, love it. Hello.
Those super chats, we say, holy shit.
There you go. You heard it from Leon Kennedy himself. So yeah, this series, I owe a lot to this series. It's very special to me. Obviously, it's the reason why the Residence of Evil exists. I first started with this series back in 1998 with the original Resident Evil 2. I've told this story a million times before, so I'll just quickly go over it. But Corey's older brothers, I looked up to them. They were my cousins. And I would always go over to their house to play games that I normally wasn't able to play at my house because I was too young. But for Christmas, they got a brand new PlayStation with 2 games, Metal Gear Solid and Resident Evil 2. And the first game, I remember holding in my hand that we opened up and played was Resident Evil 2, and it just completely blew my mind. I'm going from Microsoft DOS and Super Nintendo to like just amazing, mind-blowing graphics visually, and then not only that, but just the creatures in the game stuck with me. They terrified. We hated playing it, but we loved it at the same time. It was a weird love-hate relationship because we were all so scared. It took us like a couple days just to get to the RPD I remember when his cousins were at school, they're like, "You're never gonna believe it. There's a police station. We got to it." And I was like, "No way!" So after school, we went over to their house. But and since then, I was just in love with the series.
Yeah, I think when I was in the 7th grade, the first time I saw something Resident Evil related, it was on a GamePro magazine cover, and the image stuck with me. It's for Resident Evil 2, the burning zombie on the front of it. So I was just, it stayed in my head. And that summer, I would go work with my grandfather doing plumbing, and I took some money, and we went to Toys R Us, and I saw both of them, 1 and 2, so I got them both. No, I bought it later. I rented it first. We rented it first.
Yeah.
1 and 2, because I kept it the whole summer. I didn't buy it till the fall.
Blockbuster?
Both Blockbuster and Hollywood Video. I had to go back and forth because they would get mad, be like, "You had it too long, you got to give it back," and then I'd go to the other store and get it. So,
Did a lot
and
of
I
that.
played it. If I wasn't working, I was in the back bedroom of my grandparents' house on a 19-inch CRT that barely even worked for color. I stole my uncle's PlayStation because he never used it, and I was just nonstop, just play, over and over and over. And then, like I said, later on, went and bought it at Toys R Us, and I was like a walking strategy guy too. My buddy Sev, who's been on here before, he would call me at all times and be like, "Hey, I'm stuck here. What am I supposed to do?" It's like, "Well, did you go in this room? Did you get this item? You're going to turn the corner here. There's going to be something you have to kill. You're going to go there. There's going to be a liquor." Well, yeah, I'd be on the phone 3 hours walking him through the game.
So this is before the internet too. So if you could only get through certain parts by hearsay at school. Like, "Oh, I heard that you do this and
And it
this
was
to get there."
these were landline phones too. So the phone was like the cord's all the way down the hall in my room, and I'm giving him. Mom's yelling for me to get off the phone because she's got to use it.
Did you have the extended cord, the 100 feet?
Yeah, we're all throughout the house. You get stuck on something.
It's like making me long for those times when you had to like leave school and go to school and tell your friends, and now it's almost too easy. Now you literally walk through the game with your
Yeah, but that's what childhoods are made of, though. Is this shit?
for the internet.
Great memories.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Good times, man.
I got nightmares from this game, but I still I was fascinated by it. So that is, it was part of my childhood. Is my parents would never let me play it, but I'd go over there and play it, and it stuck with me. So real quick, we got a ton of support in the chat. I just want to thank everybody. Like, holy crap, you guys! Thank you so much. I'm gonna try to get to the super chats in between conversations, so I don't have to cut everybody off. So I hope you guys understand. But Thunderbeard with the $20 super chat, thank you so much, dude. He says, "Good day, fellas. Just that I'd drop in to say hey to these legends before I go back to work. Big 25 years of Resident Evil."
Thank you. 25 years.
Hell yeah.
Happy 25th.
Scuba
25
Steve.
years, 25 cheers.
25 years, yeah. Scuba Steve with the $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Scuba. He says, still have the original PS1 and still works. And I also have OG RE1, 2, and 3. We'll be playing along. Happy 25th. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you so much. And then
Nice.
Michael
Wait,
McNiven.
are you playing it on the original PlayStation right now?
Yeah, he said you guys playing on the OG, yeah.
Wow.
I was thinking about
That's
busting mine out today too, but I was like, oh, I don't got a setup so I could stream it.
That'd be
But
so cool.
that would have been cool to play it with the original controllers. Michael McNiven with a $5 super chat. Thank you, dude. He says, happy 25th, you guys. We appreciate that support, man. And then Kaylin Fox with a $5 super chat. Thank you, dude. Glad you're playing as Jill. Yes. Mika Let's Play with a $5. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Happy 25th anniversary. And it's so good to see you all. It's good to see you too, Mika. Thanks for stopping by. Jesse Michael with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Jesse. Like I said, it's crazy right now. Thank you guys for your support. He says, happy 25th anniversary to everyone's favorite survival horror game, Itchy Tasty RE Forever. Hell yeah, dude. All right, and then Justin.
Itchy Tasty.
Oh my God. Okay.
Two more quick.
Okay, two more quick. Justin Brzezicki with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Justin. He says, quick question for Stephanie. What was your most favorite line you recorded for the Resident Evil 2 remake?
I can never answer this properly. I've got many.
Is it
Because
what the
I
fuck?
care. It's because I care. It's I hope you like bullets because I've got a hell of a lot more.
Those are good ones, yeah.
And then if you don't want me to cuss, I'll save it.
I just did. The first line that popped in my head when they said, "What's your favorite lines?" is Claire, "What the fuck?" So remember, she just randomly
that
screamed
one?
it.
I was gonna say, "I'll get you, you fucker!"
Oh, that's a good one too. That's a good. Oh, thank you. And then Saint Dizzle with the $25 super chat. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Okay, this is crazy right now. Okay, where did I leave off?
Take a breath.
Okay.
Big anniversary, big event.
Yeah,
It
big
is great,
event.
right?
Thank you guys all for coming by. We appreciate you guys coming to celebrate with us. St. Dizzle with the $25 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, happy 25th, guys. Just wanted to show love for you guys. Looking forward to the stream. RE1 is my favorite of the series. Good times. Hell yeah, dude. That's the one that kicked it all off. And then we got a few more. Cat Shark with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Cat Shark. He says, I feel left out. My parents didn't keep RE from me, but my mom kept Adult Swim from me.
That's good.
I wasn't allowed to watch that one either. And then
That's funny.
huge shout out to Mr. Chai for that incredibly incredibly generous $100 donation. Can we please give it up in the chat for Mr. Nice Chai, dude? That is huge. Thank you so much.
That's huge. Cheers, man.
He says, happy 25th anniversary to Resident Evil. Hello, everyone still at work. I can't stay long. Love the RE community. Old fans and new. Everyone is always welcomed with undead arms. Take care, Rosebud.
love that.
Thank you. And we got a few more here, but I'm gonna jump into the game. We're gonna chat a little bit, then I'm gonna come back and read those super chats. Again, guys, we really appreciate that, but I don't want to break up the conversation too much, so I will come back and read those. Okay.
Holy
All
shit.
the love.
That is
Cheers,
insane.
guys.
That is insane.
Cheers.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, David, you had mentioned. You mentioned that the series gave you all these nightmares, but you still love them.
Yep.
And I was realizing I had a really interesting conversation with my friend the other day about how there are a couple movies out there that make people, even in theaters, even in public spaces, so uncomfortable and so scared and so disturbed that they even leave the theater. And one of those movies was Midsummer. If you guys have seen
I
it.
like that movie.
It's an incredible movie, right?
On my list.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
really good.
Okay, it is insane just what that movie can do to people. And I was just realizing before Resident Evil, I feel like every horror game, every horror movie, every horror concept would make me deliberately just avoid it at any cost. And I had no interest in diving into horror games or movies or anything.
Yeah.
And that weird balance of cheesy kind of just silly voice acting, plus the monsters, plus the sci-fi element, all came together in this like very neat package that I finally wanted to dive into this new genre. And it was that like weird medium that allowed me an entry point in. And for that, I'll always be thankful for Resident Evil, because it's kind of showed me how to appreciate every other type of horror where I never would have otherwise have even dared to set foot in that area. So I've always loved the series for that.
Very well said, Becky.
I agree with you on that one too.
Yeah, definitely.
And Jill, here's a
Pop
lot
this.
to
This is my drink.
It might be
Okay, wasn't too loud. Louder earlier. That was a good one
I'll have
earlier.
to pop a bottle of wine. We'll do it in the middle.
Maybe I'll
There you go.
Celebration.
25 years, though, for like any game genre, 25 years is a incredibly long time. So not only to be around for 25 years, but to continuously reinvent the series multiple times, and to stay relevant 25 years later and going stronger than ever. It's just like hats off to Capcom. Like a huge congratulations to Capcom and the team behind the games, all of you guys that are part of it, and just all the entire fandom. Like this is a really big day for us Resident Evil fans and for everybody that was involved in the making of these games.
It's awesome, and I hope the team, like, I wish that I could share my passions and sentiments with like everybody in Japan who has made these for the past 25 years. It's not really possible for me to do that, but I wish I could. And it's funny, we all three of us up here, we've been like jumping on like different streams all day today, talking about and reminiscing and stuff, and watching the footage from this, what you're playing right now, it just takes me back so much. And it also goes to show me how much it has changed, because like look at the animations. Each character had like three predetermined hand gestures. And my favorite is my favorite is the one when it's just like the kind of point like he's passing drugs, and it's just that's like, you know, it's like 40% of what he's saying is just, you know, and it's just, and now look at where it is now. It's just a whole different world. And
Full on,
it's
like,
just
motion capture and stuff. Like, it's crazy.
Beautiful.
And yeah, and for those of us who have grown up with this and seen it change, it's like, it's just mind blowing, you know.
It really is. I just at the time, like I said, that the graphics in Resident Evil 2, and then going from 2 to the live action intro to Resident Evil 1, I was just blown away by how good it looked at the time. Now when you go back, you're like, oh, that's really cheesy, but I loved that intro of this game when I first seen it. It was like that perfect B horror movie style that just, I would love to see a live action movie just completely done in that really cheesy B movie style. That would make me happy.
Do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
That'd be really fun.
Yeah, that would be amazing. We got the
Yeah.
cast here. Let's do it.
I feel like Capcom has this knack for constantly innovating in that technological side. Every single entry that they've had has introduced something that's really impressed people, like graphically.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
with RE7, it had the photogrammetry technique. And in RE2 Remake, RE3 Remake, about to see the RE engine, all of these new enhancements are like one part that is kind of like unspoken about the series that always pushes it forward a little bit. It always gives it that extra edge over other
Always.
horror series. I feel like next to Silent Hill, next to other really big name horror titles, Resident Evil always has that edge of being the innovator
Yeah,
on a
definitely.
technical standpoint.
You know,
That's
they're not
exactly-
afraid, whether you like it or not, they're not afraid to take those chances. Like going
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
a
never.
game, like what we're used to, 1, 2, and 3. Then Survivor comes out, and it's a first-person experience, and then
Right.
Code Veronica comes out, and it's a little bit different, but it's still what we're used to. But then here comes 4, and then 5 with the
Change the
multiplayer
game.
aspect, and then 6. They keep reinventing the system, only getting better in some points. Some points, yeah, they start to stray away too much, but we still appreciate for what they did. And I liked it too much, but now we're getting this whole system of 7 and 8. These really pretty visuals and a first-person perspective, and these really interesting storylines. So it's nice to see that they keep reinventing the system.
For sure.
And fresh.
What they were always good at though, with all these changes, is the scenarios they put you in, right? So it's the storytelling, the atmosphere, that's always there, but they put you in these situations where you're like, oh shit, like they invented the survival horror genre
Yeah.
back here in this game, where they didn't give you a lot of ammo, and every time you found shotgun shells, it was like, oh yes, I have shotty shells.
Yeah. Yep.
Like you're about to perish, and it meant the world to find them, and they were the first ones to do that. But Beggy, I was saying this in my last stream with Steph and Jolene, is that they're innovators. They are
Yeah.
not afraid to take chances, and the problem is like the pioneers in genres and video games and on other mediums, they always kind of get it in the neck a little bit, because they're going to be met with mixed reviews when they try something like new and drastic. But you know what? They're the only ones that push it forward. It's developers
Exactly.
like them who push it forward.
And
Taking
these
the chances
techniques
on it.
are, yeah, they're adopted
Right.
by other developers from there on. You see
Right.
Silent Hill using the same techniques of finding those bullets, finding the weapons, keeping all of your healing items. You're managing all of those things at once. And games like Forbidden Siren at the PS2 era, all of those make use of the same elements. And Resident Evil is the one that brought that in front of the most eyes ever in
Right.
comparison to any game. It is what truly popularized that to the extent that no other game could come close to.
And they were always at the forefront of atmosphere, I gotta say. I mean, look at the iconic, like the mansion, the RPD, the music. Look at the graphics in HD1 Remake. It's like they were always just cutting edge. You gotta
The
appreciate them
atmosphere
for
is
that.
always, I think, the thing that I've appreciated the most, because it really puts me in that zone, that feeling of despair, and really connecting with the characters because of what they're going through, because of the atmosphere.
Yeah, it was the atmosphere and the music. It set the tone, and it left a lasting impression on you, because it just the rooms were so vibrant but different in their way. They were scary, but some were bright, some were dark, and the music just went with them. And I think it was a mix between the gameplay, the music, the atmosphere, that all just came together, and the characters to create this amazing experience that so many people love to this day. And I think it's so crazy too that now having the Residents of Evil channel, I've gotten to meet so many other Resident Evil fans, and the weird thing is we all share a very similar story of how we got into the series, or how we were introduced. It was either older cousins or older brother, older sister, mom, dad, and it's just like we all come together, and we're still here 25 years later. So yeah, definitely.
Still here.
And even 25 years later, there are still franchises that are trying to produce that same style of visual right now. They're
Yeah.
going for that PlayStation 1 era kind of polygon-esque, sometimes fixed
True,
camera
yeah.
angles, sometimes dynamic, but you see games like Murder House with that Easter Bunny man. He's super scary.
Yeah.
And they're using the same technical limitations that made the original Resident Evil 1 scary to enhance what they're doing there, because there's just something about this era that is really scary. There's something about the obscurity that is
Yeah.
really frightening to us.
Well, that's the thing. It was like, it was
It's their legacy.
uncomfortable, right? Everything about it was uncomfortable. You were within certain confines that you didn't you didn't know what was on the other side of that door. That like awkward like silence too, because they would play up with the music and the soundtrack, but sometimes it was just some silence too.
Yeah.
You would just hear like footsteps,
Footsteps,
and you would
just
just be
footsteps,
like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's what that really added to it, because it's a mixture of all the things, you know, and getting all of those things right. But it is that uncomfortable feeling that I think made it work. And then I think, you know, to like cut the tension, then you would have like a cheesy line that would come in and you'd be like, oh, I can breathe. Okay, I feel better now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's your reward. That's your reward for enduring the suffering that comes with this disturbing atmosphere. And you get greeted with that cheesy line and that cutscene that gives you the next piece of the story. All of that is kind of your victory screen.
For sure.
Yep.
Hey, quick shout out to Benson Mokhtar. He's the face model for Carlos and RE3 remake. Benson's coming in, part of the family. What's up, Benson?
Yep.
Hello. I don't know Benson. Hi, Benson.
Can you guys see a chat stream that I can't see?
It's on
Oh, yeah.
YouTube.
Did you get the
On
link?
YouTube.
Or check out the Residents of Evil on the YouTube. The YouTube, like I'm an old
If
person.
you look in the chat, if you look on
The
there, you
YouTube.
can pull it up.
Good.
Yeah, on that note of the tension, there's that, you know, talking about finding the supplies. It's I've got 5 rounds left, and I don't know what's on the other side of this door type situation. What do I do? I have no choice but to go forward, unless I want to backtrack through this whole place and maybe find something I forgot, which you probably end up doing anyway. So that sticks with you, know? It's that fear of what's on the other side of this door. Can I take it down or not? Or dying from a boss a couple times and realizing that you're stuck forever because you don't have the supplies to get through it. I guess I'm starting over.
You know what's nice about it too is that I think that there's a sense of appreciation that you gain with playing the games, because you appreciate the second that you actually find something. Oh, sorry, Jolene. I think we might be able to hear.
I just started, but I'm late, so there we go.
That you actually find something.
Here we are.
Yeah, let me pause that. I'm hearing myself talking in the past and in the future.
Do I have to? Let me see. Do I have to just mute it?
Yeah,
Just
you gotta
mute it.
mute it.
Yeah, just mute the YouTube video.
Okay.
Real quick.
There we go. Perfect. But yeah, no, so like there's like a sense of appreciation that you like gain just from being able to get to the next thing. Like I know when I was even with the remake for 2, when I was playing it the first time around, like man, like you know, there were some people like, oh, just quit now. You know, you're not going to get the other stuff that you need. You know what I mean? And this. And I was like, no, I will not. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to like push through. And like, I kid you not, I think I played in like, it felt like harder than hardcore, because I would get one hit and I was dead. And then I only had, when I had no health. And I think I had like maybe like 3 bullets or something ridiculous. Like, it was just absurd. But there was so much appreciation and gratification that would come out of it once you got to that next level, or once you got to that next thing. So that living in that lack in the game is like very torturous, but also good. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm gonna jump. Oh, I'm sorry to cut you off. What were you gonna say?
Oh, you could do those first. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to jump into some super chats. Again, you guys are being incredibly supportive. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. We're not ignoring them. We are just not trying to interrupt the conversation. So throughout the stream, we will be getting to them. So Thunderbeard with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Thunderbeard. He says, JJ, did you make sure Corey has his knife for the monsters? Corey said he's got it, bud. His knife.
It's not a knife.
Yeah. Kevin the Collector with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Kevin. He says, thanks for making RE so awesome. My favorite game. Hell yeah. Yeah, thank you to the voice actors and performance actors that are here with us. Just making, continuing to make this series so special to so many. The Ultimate Daniel with a $25 super chat. Thank you so much, Daniel. Says, we'll catch playback. Okay, cool. We hope you enjoy it. Thank you for that very generous donation. And then Michael McNiven with a $5 donation. Thank you, Michael. He says, what do you guys think about Resident Evil reboot film? I guess we can discuss that a little bit right now, and then I'll come back to some of these other super chats. We'll pause there. We'll get into discuss that, and then we'll jump back into these. So what do you guys think of that Resident Evil movie reboot?
It's interesting.
I'm holding faith, and I've said this all day. I'm keeping my faith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too
Interesting
excited.
choice. So it's called Welcome to the Raccoon City, or is it like Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City Part 1?
I think
I'm not
it's
sure what he's getting at with that.
yeah. I think it's going to be either Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City or just Welcome to Raccoon
I
City.
think it's both.
We
Yeah.
know they filmed stuff for the mansion, but it seems like they're just focusing on the city part. It's like, that's part 2.
I was thinking they were
Let's
going to do
find
out. Good for part one,
flashbacks to the from the Stars members, like recapping what happened at the Spencer Mansion. Then it's going to jump forward to that fateful night in Raccoon City in 1998, and it's gonna that's gonna be when it all takes place.
Yeah, could be.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm super excited
Excited
though.
for it, though.
As a kid, like that's what I wanted as a retelling of my favorite games. And with the without getting too far into discussion about the Paul W.S. Andersen movies, it was like it had beats of the games, but it was a different story with different characters, some similar characters. And then when I seen all the set photos that are coming out on this, it's like, okay, this might be that faithful adaptation that I was always waiting for. So I felt
Right,
like a kid again when they announced it and they showed pictures.
As long as they capture the atmosphere, which he did talk about that in his interview. One of the things that they wanted to get right was the atmosphere, and that's very important because the movies that Paul W.S. Andersen did away from the scares and went to more action-heavy, action-centric type stuff, copying action movies of the times instead of focusing on what the game was and why we loved it. So
For sure.
hope
Right.
that they get it right.
And on that same
I-
line, there was so much material to build off of the first game in terms of novels, in terms of comics, and in terms
Steve Perry.
yes, S.D. Perry novels were incredible. There's even the Japanese novel, which was written by the student of the guy who wrote Resident Evil 2 for the first time. And that novel had all of these different additions to all the characters, and they're so exciting. And it didn't take anything away, but it had these tasteful little additions that he kind of put in. And even that story, it gave more to Chris's story. It told more of Jill's motivation. All of those things could be represented in some kind of Resident Evil film that we haven't seen before. And this is something to, possibly capture that same energy of all of those Resident Evil 1 adaptations and spin-offs.
Yeah, I just hope, I really do hope they nail the atmosphere. All the other movies, they were just zombie flicks with a couple Resident Evil characters in them. That's
Yeah.
what
Oh,
I
yeah.
felt.
Side characters,
And-
not even the fourth.
Right. And if they bring in somehow like the desperation to survive somehow, whether it's like limited resources, which they can do in a movie, it's been done
Yeah.
before, and if they can bring that into this with some true to life characters, maybe we'll get something that's pretty decent.
The director said that he's inspired by John Carpenter as well, and he mentioned Assault
Okay.
on Precinct 13, which is
Okay,
is
good.
police locking down a precinct against attack. So it's
Oh, I've seen
hopefully
it.
Gets it. Yeah.
I've seen both of those. I've seen the
You
original
can bring
and the
in some of
remake.
those aspects. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we can only hope. All we really want is just be true to something, You don't have to reinvent the wheel. That's
Yeah.
all.
Give us a shiny wheel.
It's a really good way to put it.
Yeah.
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 Casting looks pretty good too. We'll see how it all turns out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, also, I was going to get back to something that Stephanie had brought up, how you wanted to get through those really dire moments of just barely getting through a room in Resident Evil 2 Remake, just scraping by with limited ammo. Recently, I introduced someone, one of my good friends, to Resident Evil for the first time, and his first game was Resident Evil 2 Remake, and he got himself in this very peculiar spot that was so unfortunate. He had no bullets. He couldn't find anything. He was this kind of guy who expected to be able to down all of the monsters, all of the evils around him whenever he wanted. And that is not how 2 Remake works. And I've never had that difficult of a time getting him out of that spot before. That was the most I've ever died probably in a Resident Evil game. So it made me realize all of these newcomers, they don't have that privilege of being veterans and knowing where everything is, how to deal with everything, the best things to, spend your actual ammo on. And that was one of the most, that is one of the biggest struggles I've ever seen in a Resident Evil game in my life. And I'm like, wow, is this the experience of a new player who hasn't seen much of the genre, let alone a Resident Evil game? So I was like, wow.
And that's how you know they
Maybe
went back to the
different.
roots. That's
Yeah.
that's like saying, welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome. Yeah. If you like to be
There you go. It's one for
tortured,
Tony.
then you're gonna enjoy it. Yeah. I don't know. I
Conserve.
like it. I like
awesome,
it. Yeah,
yeah.
well, it's conserving, but it's also like
Knowing when to pick
it
your
also
battles.
just teaches you resilience. Yeah, pick your battles, teaches you resilience. Like if you're, I mean, I hate to put it this way, but it's like it's not for the weak. You know what I mean? So like as you were saying, like if you're the type who expects everything to be given and handed and you're going to get through it, it's not for you. You know, but it's also not going to be anywhere near as torturous as Alien Isolation. I'm sorry I keep bringing this up, but Alien
But
Isolation.
yeah, that game
I gotta
is
play that.
tough.
Oh,
The game is difficult. It's especially later on when your
don't.
androids are just bullet sponges. It's like,
Just don't even do it. I couldn't even finish it. Like that's like a whole nother level of torture. Like that's like legitimate torture that like they just want you to be unhappy. So
Such a
Resident
beautiful
Evil
game.
is torturous in a great way.
It's rewarding.
know?
Once you
So-
finally climb that mountain and you're at the top, it's rewarding, right? That's the part of the challenge.
Yeah.
And that, you know, going back to when we didn't have internet when these first games came out, you could never imagine getting stuck in a part, not going online to figure it out. But at that time, we had to, and that's why it was all the more rewarding when we finally did. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
no, it's something else we have to appreciate is the puzzles. Something that they always did great was giving you these awesome puzzles. Or not overly complicated, but enough to make you think. And you definitely had to do some backtracking, which means you had to figure out again what battles you're going to fight, what monsters did I leave in what hallway I need to go through, that type of
Pick your battles.
situation.
Yeah.
That is honestly one of my favorite things about it too, because I'm a huge Tomb Raider fan. I love Uncharted. Like puzzle type of stuff for me is giant. So like for me, the fact that they mix that into there, to be honest, I think is what keeps me completely in it. Because if I was only killing zombies and creatures the entire time, for me personally, I would get a little bit bored because I like being tested in that way. So so I love that they have that's always included. So
For sure.
Speaking about Alien, Jolene, you did that 40th anniversary Alien short, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was
Oh,
freaking
yeah.
awesome. So
Yeah,
awesome.
that was fun to be a part of. I hate to kill that, but this is great because I've never seen this this video game that we're watching on YouTube.
Really?
A little bit like sucked in. And I agree. It looked like Legos. Like that's how
Like Legos, yeah. All polygons.
One way.
time. But I was like, this is crazy. She looks like a little Lego person. She sits there and waits.
The
and
hard
pulses
angles.
on her hip. All like
I mean, this was revolutionary back in the day. You never saw things like this really before, like on Super Nintendo. PlayStation comes around and this comes out, and people are like, "What is this?" And then a couple of years later, we got Metal Gear Solid, and it's just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
PlayStation for me. Like I always say this, I think the PS1 is where the landscape of gaming really changed. Like where things were just where we
Yeah.
never
The
thought we
environment.
could see
I do
full
agree because
voice
that's
acting.
like what I was saying when I was going from Super Nintendo to PlayStation. It was like a mind-blowing experience. But to me personally, like you look at these graphics and you think, well, that's super dated. Agreed, definitely dated. But if the gameplay mechanics are there and they're still fun, it's like Minecraft, right? That doesn't look mind-blowing, but the game is so in-depth and fun to play that so many people play it. And that me going back to these old games is very much the same way as these. To me, this graphic style is very charming. It's obviously not nowhere near on par as like Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes, but it's still fun because the gameplay mechanics, the core of the game is still there. You know what I mean?
well, and it's very dramatic too. I'm just looking at all like the lighting and all this stuff as a
Lighting, the
non-game.
angles.
Yeah.
See it differently, and it's very engaging. I wouldn't consider it any less sort of engaging because it's so because the graphics are just so
for
real
sure.
now. This is really fun. Really cool.
But
I was trying to play the original GTAs. I was talking about this a while ago. They are so difficult to play because the gameplay mechanics are just bad. But I can still go back and play these like they're like day one. I still love these games.
Yeah, I
Still
think that's
fun.
why so many people are still playing them.
Ooh,
The gore is good though.
Yeah, last GTA I played, like, I'm sorry, but once I started realizing that I was killing grandmothers with chainsaws and I was like looking forward to it, I said, oh shit, I
You
gotta
had to
stop
stop
this.
yourself. I'm glad you're a sane person, Stephanie.
I know. I realized, like, I was like, and then I was like going down the street with this chainsaw trying to cut down this grandmother, and I was like, oh my god, I have a problem, and I am not playing this anymore.
Well, it was a learning
They've
experience.
at least they've matured a little bit since then, I think, in their content. It's still, you're not the good guy, but at least you're not a psychotic person anymore.
Yeah, definitely.
That's good.
You know you had the
Forever.
tendency, so you put a stop to it before it got out of control.
Yeah.
But I
Stephanie's
had
mine.
to.
He plays that
I
game
had to.
every
I
night.
didn't know what
Shut
it was
down
doing to
grandmothers.
my psyche. Yeah.
Real quick, I'm going to
It's
get
a
into
relief.
some more super chats. Thank you guys very much. Like I said earlier, we are reading the super chats a few at a time just so we can continue the conversation. If you guys are here, we have over 500 people, so thank you guys so much for stopping by. If you enjoy this video, please leave a like. We appreciate it. Helps the channel. Also lets us know what you guys like. But jumping into Jack Bristow with a £5 super chat. Thank you so much, Jack. He says, or Jake, I'm sorry, Jake Bristow. I remember me, my brother, and my dad going to buy the original back in 1997. Happy 25th anniversary, everyone, and hello to the cast of RE2 Remake.
Hello. Thank you very much,
Hello,
everybody.
hello.
All the super
Happy
chats,
anniversary.
everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're all celebrating together.
Yeah, definitely. Christopher Conrad with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Christopher. He says, Happy 25th Row Squad. Been playing RE since I was 6. RE and Silent Hill are what got me addicted to survival horror. I can't wait to see what the future holds for Resident Evil. Same here, man. Definitely looking forward to Village. Thank you so much, dude. Lakota Soldier 84 with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Lakota. He says, Happy 25th, boys. I was 11 when I started. Now I'm 36. I'll keep fighting in honor of Paul Haddad. May he rest in peace. I love you. Miss you. Thank you for listening, you guys. 100%, dude. Paul Haddad as a child was my hero. He was the first character, aside from Batman, that I looked up to growing up. And so, you know, he just like Nick embodies Leon in Resident Evil 2 Remake, Paul embodied Leon in the original Resident Evil 2, so definitely was a true inspiration and hero of the series.
He started a lot.
He definitely did. Definitely did. So thank you, man. Adazukin with the $25 super chat. Thank you, Adazukin. He says, Welcome, Jolene, Stephanie, and Nick. Glad to have you here. Quick question. How were you introduced to the Resident Evil universe? That's a great question. That's where we're going to pause on the super chat. So if you guys want to answer, starting with Jolene, how did you start with the Resident Evil series, Jolene?
As an actor, I was in Biohazard Damnation. I did the mocap for Ada Wong.
Oh yeah.
And then then I just got stuck in it, and then I wiggled my way into RE2 Remake. And here I am.
Nice. How about you, Stephanie? What was your introduction to the Resident Evil series?
My intro was, we used to go to my neighbor's house, Paul, because my parents. So let's see, we got to play certain games, but we weren't allowed to play all the games. So when we wanted to play all the games, we went to Paul's house.
Okay.
So he had, I think it was RE2, but it was like RE2 when it had already been out for a couple years.
Okay.
And we were going through looking at different games to play or whatever, and I was like, ooh, what's that? You know? And so we put that in and we started playing it. And I just remember being like, oh my God, you know? And so it was funny because we have to keep all this stuff secret from when we would go home and not say that that's what we
I know
were
that.
playing. But,
I know that.
yeah, you know, so then we'd be talking with my brothers, oh my God, that thing, and then blah, 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 blah. And my mom would be like, what are you talking about? Nothing. You know, so that's where I got introduced to it. And I didn't get to play first right away. I would watch because I didn't know exactly how to play. So I would watch at first, and then sometimes I would get to play in some parts, and then I would die too quickly. And then since I was the only girl, I have 3 brothers. And in the neighborhood we had, sorry, now I'm giving you guys the long-winded story here.
No, it's fine.
But I have 3 brothers. My other friend, she had 3 brothers, and then our neighbor was Paul. It was mainly all boys, and there was only 3 girls on the block, and then 12 boys. It was just a lot. So if as a girl, if you were playing and you lost, they're like, all right, you got your chance. You know,
Hand
you
it
gotta,
over.
sit and watch. You know,
Yep.
and we're like, okay. But then when Claire would play, I was like, well, I should be able to play because it's a girl. You know. So,
Would have thought one day you'd grow up to beat Claire. That's
to
crazy.
beat Claire, I know.
That's so
I know.
crazy.
That was my
It's
wife
wild.
for a long time. The original Claire still got a lot of things for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just the design. I mean, I always play Claire first.
Yeah,
Can't help
that's how
it.
we did it too when we first played Resident Evil 2. It was always Claire, then Leon. And I
Always
think
Claire first?
that's the proper order, I think, for the original game, the canon order.
Really? I feel like everybody, I mean, Nick, I love that they choose Leon first, but I'm just going to say whenever I hear that Claire goes first, it's kind of
It makes you happy.
That's right.
special to
It
me.
was first in canon. Yeah.
So, and I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to turn on a little light here because it's starting to get a little dark on my end, but I'm still here and listening to everybody, okay?
Okay. Nick, what was your introduction to the Resident Evil series?
My intro was RE2 Leon's story. I slept
yeah.
over at my buddy Joe's house. He asked me a couple months before if I wanted to play Resident Evil 1, and because I was a polite boy, I asked my mother if I could play it, and
She's like, hell no.
she said, absolutely not. No, you're not playing Resident Evil game. No, you're not doing that. And then I really wanted to play because he was singing its praises. So then he got the second one. I slept over his house one night, and we played RE2, and I just remember the zombies rising out of the fire, the very first scene there, and right there I was like, what is this? Oh my god. And then, searching for ammo and stuff. I'd never played a game like that. Never. So that's it. That was my first experience. We played the whole game. We beat it. And then I just never.
Very similar to mine. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, we all have very similar stories.
Yeah. And again, you grew up to play Leon. It's crazy.
Things come full circle,
Yeah, definitely.
You started this whole YouTube thing because of it. It's crazy.
That's what I think of too, is like playing these games as a kid. Like Corey and I staying up all night to try to beat the water sample puzzle in Resident Evil 3, or me telling him to get out of the room because I can't concentrate because Nemesis is there and I'm having a panic attack and I can't deal with him in the room. Like I never would have thought, hey, one day we're going to actually be talking with the people that are playing these characters and we're going to get to hang out with them. Like being incredible. The characters blows your guys' mind, but just hanging out with you guys blows our mind.
Well, we're just fans.
We are.
I get to thank Resident Evil for like bringing me into the whole like video game world. It was the very first video game I ever worked on, and then it like just introduced me to this whole universe. And I'm like really grateful for this game for doing that for sure. And what a great one! What like a fun, what an amazing character! What an amazing story! What an amazing franchise!
Really?
To be introduced to video games. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Say Ada's my number 2. It's Claire, Ada, Wesker. That's my top 3.
Claire, Ada, Wesker's your top 3. That's good ones. Claire, Ada, Wesker. Mine's Leon, Claire. I'm sorry, Jolene. I think I gotta go. Okay, my boy Chris Redfield.
I have over my feelings. It's cool. It's cool.
But you're an amazing Ada.
Yeah.
I didn't write that.
I was so obsessed with this game as a kid. Like I still have a binder. It's just normal notebook paper, but I would go through magazines and just clip out everything Resident Evil. It's all glued in there. I still have it on my shelf.
Oh, wow.
At least 5 years worth of magazine stuff in there. And I still find myself going to like vintage game stores and going through their magazines looking for Resident Evil stuff.
Yep.
Me and Sev did a toy box Evil. Took a bunch of his sister's toys and his toys, and we threw them all together, and we re-recorded the game, like the first half of it, with all these toy action figures. And then I would cut in the cutscenes from the game, and we were doing this on 2 VCRs and a security camera that my stepdad had. We recorded it, and we had there was no audio, so I had to like voice the whole thing while people were watching it. We would do our lines. It's incredible. We lost it.
Do you have this?
Yeah, I was gonna say upload that, dude.
Seb moved, and I think he lost it. And I was like, dude, that's a piece of history that I want back so bad. Especially now, I'd like to show it to everyone. I was so proud of it.
Unbelievable.
Oh, it was so awesome. And we had like a crash test dummy was Leon, and it was so funny. That was great.
Hey guys, I do gotta run. I have a Resident Evil date actually. I'm gonna start playing some co-op, and I'm gonna be doing RE1 HD remake and RE5 co-op right now with my roommates, my brother. So I am gonna run because I do have to celebrate a little bit. Yeah. But it's been so fun just jumping on these streams all day. Jolene, we're gonna get you playing. You're gonna do 7 in VR.
7 in VR.
Oh my god! I can't wait to see that.
We're gonna make that happen. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for having me. Chat, everyone, thank you for super chats. Thank you for popping in, saying hello, asking your questions, and to my RE2 cast, I love you.
Love you.
It's been a great day, and it's not over yet. We got a long day to
go.
Have a good one, Nick. Thanks so much for joining us, man. You have a good Resident Evil date.
Everybody.
See you.
Take care, dude.
See you later, Nick.
I screwed up that puzzle. I don't think I've ever screwed up that puzzle before in my life.
I know.
So I was having a mini panic attack. Oh my god. It was Cradle to the Grave. How did I mess that up? The hell?
You doing Stop screwing up. Get with it, man.
I'm fine. Harney, where did you come from?
Oh,
I've been here the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah, Jolene, we gotta get you definitely on 7, playing 7, but we gotta get you playing 2.
I mean, like, yeah, I haven't played 2. I don't.
Yeah.
I called it first.
Yeah.
I asked Jolene first. I already got dibs. Take back. Sorry, Stephanie. I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
well, I mean, okay.
Like, we'll see about that.
Hold on, Jolene. How can I twist your arm?
I'll be right over. I'm like, oh, what's that here?
I know. I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm already here.
That's funny.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. We gotta get just let you experience the original because you've never seen the original, correct?
No, I've never seen any of it.
You
Except
haven't
for
seen.
this, I've done a couple of these like playthroughs with you guys here, and just sort of
Right,
like
right.
all new and different.
Then your work on Resident Evil 2, I'm sure you saw like the
Yeah,
feedback when you were seeing your recordings and stuff, how everything was coming out, but you haven't seen like the full game of it. So it'd be cool to experience all that with you.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be really cool. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know why it didn't. I guess COVID happened, and so we weren't getting together to like game in small places. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, everything got complicated last year.
I thought we made those plans in the before time.
Okay.
So I'm thinking it's like we did ROCON October last year. It should have been March. So the next ROCON I'm going to plan probably for the anniversary date.
Oh, cool.
Makes more sense to do it on that day, right?
Yeah.
When did we had the Resident Evil con? When was that? Was last October, right? Around
October
Halloween.
30th. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's going to be 2 days, hopefully, this year, because that was a lot to undertake in one day.
Yeah.
30 minutes
I
between each
bet.
panel. I'd have to get everyone in, get everything situated on the screen, and make sure everything looked pretty, and then launch it. It was like nonstop. Oh, it was such an awesome
I don't
event.
know
I was
how you
so
do that.
happy. It was nuts.
Always an animal.
You made it. I mean, it was so smooth. It was so smooth. I look up to you guys because I swear, like, for those people that are in chat who have never streamed before, like done the actual streaming part of it, y'all have no idea how much work is
There's
behind
so
all
much.
of it. So
Like,
the fact that you guys keep
It was
up with
a-
this,
it was
you
a hectic
know,
day.
like, is amazing. It's amazing, and it's I give you guys mad props for having put that together. So
Yeah, it was great though. I'm so glad you put it together. It doesn't matter that it was imperfect. You know.
I'm
that's great.
so happy with the results. Like, just everything actually just clicked for once. Everything just went smooth. I'd end a panel, line up the next one. Everyone's on board, get them set up, and then you'd launch it. And it went like that all day. I didn't get a single break. It was just one after another after another. It was successful.
Yeah.
I was very, very happy with what we put out that day. You know, I think it was a great experience for everyone to come together and just celebrate Resident Evil, just the love of the games.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think everybody was probably freaked out that we couldn't do it in real life. You know what I mean? And God knows when. And you know.
Hopefully soon we'll be doing that for real. That's going to cost, but we'll get there.
oh yeah, real.
Well, so I have to say one thing, because I don't think I've ever told you guys this, but when the game was coming out, when they announced Resident Evil 2 for us, I, went around and started like scavenging the internet, like what people's reactions were. And I definitely saw the reaction video from you guys.
Yeah, we freaked out. We freaked out.
Where it's open the wrong way.
We're so excited because we've been waiting on this for so long, and then it was like, there it is. It's right there in front of us. There's the finish line, and it looked amazing. It was beautiful.
I think JJ's heart stopped for like 5 minutes. Right?
Yeah.
What?
That's no, well, I remember distinctly JJ.
Yeah.
Distinctly
Oh,
JJ's reaction. I'm like,
Yeah.
and
Dude.
like, oh, and then like, oh, again, and then, oh, and then it was like, hold on, we gotta do it again.
that was like literally one of the highlights of my life because, like I said, 2 was a game that got me into the series, and I started running a page with my friend online, Remake Resident Evil 2, to push for a remake. So it was years of just trying to like campaign towards this, and it finally happened. And I was just like, oh my god, like so many years of my life was dedicated to try to see this happen, and now it's happening. Like that was a crazy, amazing experience. E3 2018, I believe that was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, like June or July. Yeah, I just remember being like, because I didn't even know what the trailer, like when they were going to drop it or when or any of the stuff. And so like for me it was like a shock, but it's just so great seeing the reactions, man. Like your reaction was so great. Like this was before like I even really knew who you guys were.
Yeah.
Like I just sort of distinctly remember this. You know? So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's great. We were so excited that day. We couldn't contain it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
The year of like RE2 this was just one of the craziest years for gaming for me because I feel like I have a pretty narrow range of games that I really will seek out and play and get really emotionally invested in. But I realized like Devil May Cry 5 and Resident Evil 2 Remake are coming out in the same year.
Yep.
And they both have the same style of like next level, kind of next gen mocap shooting, mapping the faces with the characters. Like they all had that spark of this is like what the next gen games are going to look like, and they look better than absolutely everything else that's out right now, and nothing comes close. And it was amazing to see that the actors can match that energy. And this is one of the first games that like really drove, you know, JJ's content like on ROE too. So like RE2 Remake.
Yeah, it really was. You know, we were doing Resident Evil 7 for everything that we can get out of it, and it was cool because they gave us some DLC at the end of the year, so we were able to bring on some new people, do some more content. But I mean, if we were sitting on what at that point, we didn't really have much to do. So, and we were trying to make whatever we could. But then RE2 Remake came out, and it just gave us a whole path basically, and they have not stopped since.
Like before it came out though, like I could literally talk about what I would want to see in a Resident Evil 2 remake forever. So I was never out of ideas. I was like, oh, Resident Evil 2 remake, okay, I would like to see these enemies, I would like to see this. So like that's, I don't know, yeah, like you said, that's kind of where a lot of my content was, because that was the point is I wanted to talk about all these ideas I had. Yeah, there was a lot to talk about with 7, but like 2 is where it was at for me. Like that's all.
We didn't know that it was going to set us down this road though, where it was going to be like a Resident Evil every year. It's crazy now.
It is.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine that every year.
Hey, real quick,
and I'm not going to get sick of it.
real quick. Sorry to cut you off, but this is Cradle to the Grave, right? Baby to Old Man. I did it twice now, and I got by these birds. Is this Old Man to Baby? I don't remember.
What's the puzzle scene?
Yeah, the Cradle to the Grave puzzle.
The crow puzzle.
Yeah.
It's Baby.
Oh God, I should remember this one. I've played this so much.
I just always
Right, me too.
Cradle to the Grave, Baby to Old Man, and then hit the button. Twice I did it now, and the crows got me. And I could have swore I just played this game not long ago. Maybe I just did it wrong. Okay.
You must have did it wrong. You must have like screwed 2 of them up.
Yeah, because I get distracted. I can't multitask at all.
Sorry.
Newborn, infant, young boy.
Newborn, infant,
Young man.
boy.
That's what you
Middle
did. And
age,
man,
old
man first.
Jolene's like, I don't understand.
Bro, that's what I did. Newborn baby. That's the first
But
one.
no. St. Dizzle though says the opposite. So we got both sides saying it.
What do you
I
say?
don't know. He said old man first. He says.
It probably
Yeah,
is Old Man
newborn?
first, because I did.
It's
You know,
youngest to oldest though. If it's
They're
OG.
troubleshooting. I want to thank Jolene and Stephanie for jumping on.
Yeah.
Nick and I had kind of talked about this before, but you guys literally just came in today, which thank you so much for making the time. I really wanted to make this a nice event. We weren't even sure what we were doing until a couple hours ago. So thank you for being patient with us and for wanting to be part of this. I thank you so much.
For sure.
Hope everyone's
thank
enjoying
you
it.
for having us.
Definitely. This is awesome.
Fun. It's fun to celebrate with everybody.
That's for sure.
It's great.
Yeah.
25 years. I still can't believe it. 25 years of success for the most
It's
part.
crazy.
There's a couple of
Yeah.
games, talking about innovation and stuff. There were a couple of games that went off the rails, like Operation Raccoon City, which is still a good game in my opinion. Just wasn't very well executed. And then Umbrella Corporation, where they were trying to play with this esports theme or things like that. So not everyone was a success, but I think they've had a great run of 25 years, and here's to 25 more.
Hell yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
God, can you imagine?
Yeah, what would you want to see?
No, not even slow down.
I mean, what happens? I don't know how many are in this series. Like, do you just keep making them and making them and remaking them and remaking them and remaking them?
Pretty much.
Seems to be the process.
I mean, I imagine you would, right?
Yeah, I mean, like there's tons of games that they haven't that they could remake. There's other games that like the Revelation series where 2 kind of was ended on a cliffhanger in many ways, so people are hoping for that. And the Chronicles series, which were like light gun games, on rail arcade shooters, like the old Terminator game in the arcade or a House of the Dead type stuff. So
Great.
they've got they've got so much that they could work with other games. As for the main series, who knows? Like, who knows how long they're going to keep that going? But,
I mean, they're on 8, which is really the surprising thing. 25 years, and it's only up to actually numerical number 8. 9 if you want to count Code Veronica in there, because that was a continuation of the story. But, you know, there's so much that they can go back and do remakes too, like Outbreak. You know, the Survivor. I wouldn't even mind seeing a modern Survivor with the new engine, because the first-person engine works so well right now. That'd be cool to go back and revisit that with a good, you know, gameplay engine.
I have a popular opinion.
What's that?
Yeah.
So I think that, like, because we have so many characters, you know, all the way back from Resident Evil 1 to now, we're on Resident Evil 8. I think that with proper storytelling, that they, like, if told right, and we have proper send-off to all these characters we've been following since we were kids, with proper storytelling, we could get a proper send-off to these characters, and the game series could conclude instead of reusing potential similar stories we've been through, and then we could go into a new IP that we could fall in love with. That's just something I thought I've been, you know, thinking about a lot. Is like, yeah, there's, you know, I would love to see Resident Evil going still another 25 years from now, but it's like, wouldn't it mean more if it had a conclusion? You know, like movies and shows.
We saw some characters have conclusions.
I mean,
like,
listen, JD, are you trying to kill us off already? Because
that is not a proper send-off, Stephanie.
Here, okay?
I could not kill Claire or Ada. Come on now.
No, I can't even listen to this. I can't listen to this. Claire dies of old age. Old age.
Thank you guys for coming to the stream where they got so mad they left.
Combo. That's great.
It seems like they maybe they're setting up new characters with Ethan and Mia and characters like that. So it's a way of keeping it fresh without, I guess, overdoing some of the characters that we've seen a lot. Yeah, we get Chris in that game, but you know, we've seen Leon in so many different iterations of this series. There's, you know, movies, games, side content, things like that. So it's nice to get a break from that and get somebody new, but still tie it to the Resident Evil name and give us a new perspective from somebody who's hasn't killed 1,000 zombies by now.
True.
You know, if you think about it, you know, like the Gears of War franchise does a really good job with that, with like keeping the original characters and adding new characters and stuff like that. So if it's something like that, then that's like a nice, beautiful fusion of the two.
Exactly.
So you've got your characters you already love are getting older, you know what I mean, or like the mentors or whatever. And look, if you want to kill one off, fine, just not Claire. And then like, you know, and then you've got new characters in there as well that you follow.
Well, and I think it's an evolution, and I think what is better than that for the fans, for just the business itself, just like the creative aspect of being not only a player but a creator. I think the evolution is the funnest part, to see these things kind of like grow and change with the times, you know.
Yeah,
it's true. That is very true.
I'm excited to see what happens in Village, because we know Chris Redfield's in it, and we don't know what his motives are. So it's nice to see that he's, you know, we're still going back into Ethan's shoes. We get to see a different version of Chris, or what's going to happen to Chris. You know, he's not Captain America that we all know him as. What's going on with him? So it's interesting to see that kind of stuff.
Fan theory?
Not necessarily being in, don't have to be in his shoes, but to see something happening with him would be really interesting.
Fan theory is Claire Redfield is there, and Chris is acting out of character because he's doing whatever it takes to get his sister back. Going back to the Help Me Brother in the basement in the Maiden demo, and the photo that looks like Claire Redfield. So Stephanie, what do you have to say about this? I'm just
don't put her on the
I'm totally kidding.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
Okay, perfect.
Good answer. That was a test.
Lost me.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was just something we just started talking about during a stream. And we're like,
Yeah,
that's an interesting theory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really clicked in my head too. Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah, no. Just listen, there's a lot of hopes and dreams for continuing the Redfield bloodline too. Okay, so
God.
The relationships.
Speaking of continuing bloodlines and having kids in the series, over the 25 years, there are now kids to work with. So Sherry's a character. Jake Mueller is the son of Albert Wesker. So there are actually like viable characters from like Resident Evil 6, and kind of that story didn't really end on a note that gave those characters any closure, so they could be used again. And they're very interesting characters. You know, they were harnessed for their G virus. What do you call it?
They have
the antidote.
Yeah.
So they're actually relevant
like
in the series.
antibodies, yeah.
And they could be.
It's Deadpool said, we need to recruit a team of young faces that can hold the franchise for another 10 years.
It could happen 100%. With this series, out of all of them, it's already proven to do 25 years. I could 100% see them doing another 25 years.
I could see it as well.
Is it weird for me to ask this question? Because I always feel like I'm the weird outsider. I don't, you know.
No, we need a weird outsider. That's good.
But like, as far as this, I probably actually can't talk about it in a way that would make it sound like I know something about it. Never mind.
Interesting.
You got
Definitely
this, Jolene.
talk
No,
about it now.
you got it. What's the question?
You can't start it.
People keep asking me if I'm, but like for the Netflix show, right? Is that something that the gamers really? Because I asked this question earlier on today. Just like I'm just curious how this gaming community feels about these films that are coming out, these like live action films, and if they're actually even the same community. And so you guys all have a lot to say about that kind of stuff. So this show on Netflix. Is that something that all the gamers are on board with? There's just a whole different audience that they're capturing through doing that. The Resident Evil. I mean, because it's kind of like having the old animated films too, right? I mean, you still had a crossover of fans from the game to the animated films, and so this Netflix show is like an animated show. Are you guys all on board with all of that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Like, totally.
Don't mind that I'm here, okay? I'm just like I'm not here right now.
Congratulations,
No, like
Stephanie.
fans are really happy for that, honestly, because you know the first 3 CGI films they did, a lot of people really loved them, and because it wasn't set in an alternate universe, it was set in the same universe as the games, and that's apparently what's being said about the CGI series. So people are happy for it, and obviously, now that Stephanie and Nick have been announced, people were even more ecstatic that they didn't, they stuck with the actors from the game so far. A lot of companies don't do that, and a lot of fans really love that. Like when they keep the old stuff.
So, like, are you guys
nice to see a continuation?
Are people watching the show, or are they into it? Are they excited? Like that's something they're going to dive into?
Yes.
Excited. Well, we don't know much about it. It's not coming out for a while, for we know. We're hoping that maybe a trailer would drop sometime soon, but
yeah.
Stephanie, on the spot there, we know that you can't talk about it, so we're not going to dive into any of that stuff. We just want you to know that we're supportive. Yeah, we're very supportive. We hope to see good things.
In the perspective of like the fandom and then
fan
the base going out there, and like how all these things, if they are as interconnected as I assume they are. So I'm just curious about how you guys feel about all these different iterations of the storyline, whether it's an animated show or it's one of the films coming out or if it's the game. Are you just?
I think everyone's pretty excited. It's because we love these characters. We want to see them in more stuff. We want to see them in new stuff. So we're very excited for what's to come. Are successful. They hit it out of the park and they give us what we've been waiting for. And we're excited for this show because it's a continuation of the characters that we love, and we get to see what happens next with them. Right. Not only that, it's filling in some blanks.
Yes.
Because it feels like when they did 2 remake and 3 remake, they are keeping true to the original, but they're also setting up for different paths here and there, different things, story beats that we haven't seen, while sticking to the original content as well. All the show coming out is something completely new that's going to give us something we haven't seen from both of those characters that we love. So and we're also extremely happy that we're seeing cast members come back and fulfill those roles again.
Cool.
Yeah, there's definitely a huge part of the community that is really emotionally invested in every appearance of the characters, no matter whether it's the manga, whether it's the shows, whether it's the movies. And the thing about the CGI movies is that overall in the community, and this is like my experience when I talk to people about them, they have a much higher view of the CGI movies than they do the Paul W.S. Andersen movies.
Yes.
And
that's separate fans.
We're interested in seeing that. And that's another reason why the movie reboot has this like fresh look on it, because new director seems to be taking a lot of inspiration from the originals, even getting the flags hanging out of the RPD station correct, like all of these little nuances that he's kind of catching that are making people very excited. And the way that they're marketing the movie is just like they are taking pictures of the set pieces. They are sharing them on Twitter. They're just getting so much traction.
It's all part of the hype.
Really surprised that they showed that much behind the scenes stuff, and it was smart. I think that was very smart for them to do, because a lot of us are skeptical.
They're trying to reel you guys in. They're trying to get you to love it before.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, just showing us the front of the RPD with the zombies and everything, it looks like the RPD, or showing us the down stars helicopter in the forest. It looks like what we want to see. So we're all really excited about it now.
For sure.
We could have held that skepticism all the way till it came out, but now we kind of got some hope, which is cool.
Yeah.
It's nice to say that about a Resident Evil movie.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I'm
Should
gonna.
have been Resident Evil 7, The End of Hope.
Oh god.
The beginning of hope, because it was the last one for Paul W. Andersen. I bet if I ever meet him one day, he's gonna hate my guts.
I don't know.
That's
Like,
what I've said.
the thing with the movies is, as different as they are from the series, and as kind of some people would consider kind of a slap in the face of the series because of how they just use characters, but the stories and personalities were almost completely different. Me personally, I separated the movies a long time ago from the games. So when a movie would come out, it didn't make me mad at Resident Evil. It's just like, this is something completely different. It's fine. It is what it is. If you want to turn your brain off popcorn flick, you have it. But to see something now coming out that's much more faithful, that's what gets me excited. And so when you ask, like, are the movie fans separate from the game fans? When it comes to the movie, there are Resident Evil game fans that are fans of the Paul W. Andersen movies, but that was kind of to a completely new audience. Whereas this new reboot and this Infinite Darkness that's coming to Netflix, the Infinite Darkness because it's canon, and then the reboot because it looks faithful, the gamers are going to be fans of that. So
That's great.
You know, to kind of give my thoughts on that. But real quick, I'm going to jump into some of the super chats because we got some more here. So we got Gun Run 86 with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Gun Run. He says the cause of many childhood nightmares. 100%, dude. Resident Evil gives you nightmares, but we all love it. Then 4CZNS, welcome to the Row Squad Recruit. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Spam those custom emojis. You've unlocked them, and we appreciate that, dude. And then 4CZ again with another $5 super chat. Thank you again, dude. He says, Resident Evil shall live on. Thank you all for doing what you do, including those who actually worked on the games. Yes, thank you, Stephanie and Jolene.
Happy to do it.
Yeah.
Z Lippy with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Z Lippy says, we don't talk about Survivor. Happy 25th anniversary, Resident Evil. Lasted longer than my parents' marriage. Oh, very dark joke there.
My gosh, that was a rough one. I'm so sorry, dude.
Tony and Steph got a kick out of that.
Or congratulations to your parents, but I don't know.
Yeah.
JJ and Nick and you be my new dads. Oh man, this is
All right.
Love you guys. Keep it up. It will be your online Resident Evil parents. Scuba Steve with another $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Says, when do you all think the new movie trailer will come out? Any thoughts on the movie itself? So we did just cover the movie, but I think that we should be seeing something on it relatively soon. It's said to come out September 3rd this year. So usually about 3 to 4 months before a movie drops, we get the trailer. So I'm assuming that's going to be soon. And then we're going to cut off here, and then I'm going to get to the rest in a little bit. But Ben Chode with a $50 super chat. Dude, thank you so much for that very gracious donation, Ben Chode. Please, everybody in the chat, give it up to Ben Chode. That is huge. He says the OG Resident Evil still has great atmosphere for a game that is almost 30 years old. Mm-hmm. It really does. Like, going back through and playing it now. I'm actually curious with Jolene, you're seeing this kind of for the first time. And I know, Stephanie, you've seen this, but what do you think, Jolene, of the atmosphere kind of looking at it now?
I mean, it's two completely different worlds. It's incredible. Look, this is still kind of like I said, this is still compelling and holding up and fun, and like a whole nother world. And I remember why video games were so fun and such an escapist kind of situation, you know, back in the day. Which is maybe why I was like, I probably shouldn't go there. But what I was saying before, like when we were doing RE2, what I loved about working on video games, especially this one, because it was like I had worked on a couple other, but this was like really cutting edge for the time, right? And every time we'd have like a week or two of shooting, they'd sort of like put a bunch of stuff together and show us some of the graphics, like look at our monster, like look at this, and I was blown away. Like, so it's really hard to like look at this and like, yeah, it's fun and it's cool and like I'm engaged and I can get lost in that game.
Yeah.
But what you have now is like, you know what I mean? Is like mind blowing to me. And as I was watching them create it, I was like, how is this even possible? Because I'd just done a game before that and the graphics weren't that good. And then you do another game and it's not that good. And then you get all this mood and tone. And I just it's cinematic, you know, it's really beautiful. I really appreciate it in that way. But it'd be very hard to like compare these
to go
two.
back.
I know they're two different animals. I mean, looks like a really fun game to play. Yeah, so it's not. I wouldn't be like, this is boring. They're just completely different.
I just mean like not so much.
Visually.
that they're different, but just like seeing like this is kind of where the atmosphere started it, and then now you take this atmosphere of this game and you compare it to like Resident Evil 2, it's that same atmosphere, it's just told more modern. So like you could see the atmosphere of the Resident Evil series started, you know, all the way back like he said there, almost 30 years ago, and then you know you get the Resident Evil 2 remake where you guys are all in it, and that game just looks absolutely phenomenal.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
You being familiar with the franchise and the older editions of the game, the fixed camera angles, do you think fixed camera angles could have still worked with the remake?
Who are you asking?
Sorry, was that a question to me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Because you're
do I
familiar,
think
you're
it
familiar with the
would've
old ones.
worked? Yeah. You know, I just don't think that you could have told the same story in the same way with it, to be honest. Like, I do think that for its time, it made sense, and I think it just made things easier. But I'm personally more of a fan of being a little bit immersed into things. So I like that, like, third-person kind of perspective on stuff. So I do believe it was the right choice to not do the fixed camera angles. I do know that they do, like, a quick little fixed camera angle with like the whole little Elliot section with like the police officer that you see, just like, you know, so there's a quick little homage there. There's an Easter egg in there, you know, to that. You know, but I just don't think we would have gotten the same experience if we did it that way. And I know that there are people that really wish that it was that way and all that. And I get it. I understand that. I just don't think it would have been quite as immersive, and I don't think you would have connected quite the same way.
That makes sense. And I like the way you stated that, you know, back then it was a limitation to what you could do within a game. The fixed camera angles made sense because we didn't really get to the over-the-shoulder camera angle until 4. The new system came out, and it was something they can actually play with. That makes sense, you know, and I agree that it's more immersive, puts you right there with the character the whole way. Whereas if it was fixed angles, it'd be like watching a movie, like the old games. You're playing a movie, basically. So I'd be happy with either one, but I do think that it's smart that they use the over-the-shoulder. And there's mods out there for fixed camera angles.
There's mods that you can do that with. And it's not that, like, I guess it's just different. And, you know, you're asking a person who's an actor, too. So, like, for me, like, I always want to be more immersed in everything that I do. Right. You know, that's just, you know, by nature and by trade. And so, so it is going to be harder to want to do that. But yeah, you're right. Because like, if you do that, you know, that fixed camera angle, you know, when the things are coming, you know, when the issue is going to, you know what I mean? You don't get that same, like, yes, you get the scare, but it's a different kind of scare. It's a scare that, like, you're not really that character that's playing. It's like you're watching that character and you just happen to be moving that character. It's different. So
this mechanically works different too with the gameplay mechanics, because now you can choose your shots. You can take out a knee. You can focus on headshots. You can play around with that more, as opposed to just locking your gun on with the target and hopefully you're shooting in that direction and hitting something. So yeah, it makes sense mechanically wise too. But I think they might have set the bar so high for the early games because we all have that nostalgia for the fixed camera angles that we want that back so bad. So I can see why there's the upset part of it. So.
Look, I totally get it. That's the thing. Like, I totally get it. I just also understand why I think that they didn't.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I agree. As a huge fan of fixed camera angles, like that's my favorite one. I agree with Stephanie that for modern players, modern controls, it probably was best that they made it in the style that they made the Resident Evil 2 remake. Because that was their vision, that's what they wanted to do, and they did it. Whereas, you know, they didn't add it to it. I would have liked to have an option, but like I agree, like like with what you're saying, that it just probably wouldn't have made sense to do nowadays. Again, that's coming from somebody who is a huge fan of fixed camera. So
I would take it.
Also,
any way I get it, I'd take it.
I was gonna say, well, also like on an acting level too, like we have more immersive cutscenes as well. We have more raw emotions that, like, if you had like a fixed camera angle from up here, like, you're hearing what's going on, but you're not really seeing and feeling what's going on.
Yeah, and again, because I'm not a player, but as an actor, when I started doing it like a while ago, and like what I was like, even when they gave me Ada and they said, well, you're gonna do the mocap on the voice and everything, like you've got cameras and mics like all around your head and your body, so it's not like we used to have to do the mocap with your body. And then you'd have to go into like this weird, almost like sound studio, and you'd have to like hold your face still,
Yeah.
and then you'd have to do like the Muppet thing, where you're like, look this way, you're turning your head this way. That's really tricky. And then you had to sort of remember to do with all the dialogue at the same time. Whereas now you actually have, as actors, we're all living through those experiences. When these characters like move and talk through a scene, like their facial expressions, their heads, their bodies are all moving in unison together. They're capturing the voice all together. And so, whatever's going to happen naturally in the scene is captured all there, as opposed to you sort of having these like marrying all these bits and pieces together. It's as real as shooting any other film as you can possibly get without actually shooting the film. I can't even imagine if everything was just sort of like that. You're surrounded by cameras and you're surrounded by microphones. And so every nuance of that moment, every like living, breathing aspect of that moment is all captured at the same time. And that I can't imagine. I can't even believe we did it otherwise. But it must lend itself to the reality of these people so much. I can certainly feel it as an actor.
I love that about the new games and the new technology is that it's allowing actors to act within a game. It's not stunt performers generally would do that before because it's a physical role. You gotta hit your marks, you gotta make the right movements, you gotta get that captured. But they were in there just for the performance part of it. Now it's an acting. You're getting real actors to come in here and you're capturing every aspect of their performance. It may not be your face, it's you in that role. Like if you have a facial tic for a scene, that's coming out in the game. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to see.
Adds that immersion and
I
that
forgot
realism.
that it's not my face. I was like, oh right, yeah, you're a cartoon. But it is your face. Your face, the way you look at someone, the way you look. You can almost look at the expression in the eyes. It's so delicate. Even though it's so sensitive, not delicate. Yeah, it's cool. Capture it all at once. And they just put another veneer over. You look like this.
Jolene walks around that cold all the time. She got the Ada face.
Perfect.
Perfect. No, man. But yeah, it's all those little mannerisms. And how did you feel about that, Jolene? Like, how did you feel when you got to see, because I know you've seen the cutscenes and stuff when he is on, like, how did you feel it having your voice, your body performance, your facial perforence, but not your face?
I don't.
No, but it is you, but it's not. Like, how did that feel?
I don't know. It doesn't make much of a difference to me. I think it would be weirder if I was like some sort of monster or something, but I think I would still see myself in there. So I don't know. I guess that never really occurs to me because the characters always seem to look a little like you. You know what I mean? Even even in Tomb Raider, you know what I mean? I know what they want, and I was like, look, I don't have long red hair.
I could definitely see
that. They were looking for this wildling, sort of redheaded, Game of Thrones-y kind of character, and I was like, I kind of look like her. I did at the time, So I don't mind. I guess that never occurred to me because I can see myself in there. Even when I didn't voice Ada and I just did her mocap for Biohazard, I had a boyfriend at the time and he didn't know what mocap was, and I was like, come watch the movie with us, and he's like, that's fucking creepy. Like, it's like not even my voice, but it's all me, and so you can see you in there. So I don't know what the veneer is. Maybe I've been photoshopped so many times in the fashion world. Like maybe because when you're an actor, sometimes you wear a lot of like fake stuff or like even like fake hair or fake whatever. So I don't. It didn't bother me at all. I think I just really appreciate now that you're getting every movement of my face. You're not just getting like she raised an eyebrow or like now it really is you. It really is every twitch of like your cheek or like almost like a dimple or whatever. So yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind that. In fact, I prefer it. I'd rather it be someone else. It doesn't need to be my face.
Awesome though, it really is. It's such a technical advancement. It's just really impressive. I love playing these games just for that, just for the experience and knowing the work that you guys have put into it just makes it that much more enjoyable for me because I can appreciate, like I said, your performances and all the skill that goes into it. It's pretty amazing.
It is, yeah. That was a big thing.
It's so funny that you both have like a Tomb Raider background because Stephanie, you've done Tomb Raider cosplay and events, right?
Oh yeah. I've done a little bit of. I did a mocap at Lara, Shadow of the Tomb Raider cinematic trailer.
Tomb Raider, that's right.
Tons of definitely cosplay and events. Like I was part of their community group. as like just a fan.
There
So,
you go.
yeah.
And then Jolene, you're also, you get your ties to Tomb Raider too. It's funny how you guys crossed over into a different world before you came to this one.
Yeah. Well, it's a really small world. It's a really small
Really
world
is,
with
yeah.
the whole voiceover community, because it's even like when I remember I did Life is Strange, and then I just went to the page to see who else had worked on it. I was like, who else? And you're like, everybody. Like all your friends are on it. You want to be like, dude.
Nick was on
Yeah, I
that.
was gonna say you guys all like meet up in
Bunch of
different
random
games.
people. Yeah. I'm like, hey, dude, I didn't know we all worked on the same project. So it's
Now
fun.
you are a
It's a small
family.
world. Yeah.
Like, can't
Yeah,
get rid of
it's
you. Just keep following me
Yeah.
around everywhere.
No.
We're going
It
anywhere.
really- yeah, it's so interesting because unless you're doing motion capture, you don't know necessarily who else is the other person
Right, right.
voicing on something because you're not together. Unless you're doing like an animated series, those usually you get to actually hang out with each other, except not during COVID times, but that's okay. But yeah, like it's so interesting because like from my background, I also like have worked like production on games, so I'll do like script supervision. So I like will sit in on the other side of the glass and get to actually see all the physical actors that are coming in for things. So so it's kind of cool because like otherwise nobody knows what's on what. Like you were in that? Oh shit!
Yeah, right.
Is a few times we've been on what's our friend's name on Avengers Captain America?
Chris.
Jeff Shine?
Jeff Shine. I don't
Yeah,
want to say Chris.
yeah. It's just like we'll all be on a thing, and everyone's like, "So you're working on?" We all have to be like, "I haven't seen him in a long time. I have no." But we all know that we're working on the. But you didn't know. You just saw him yesterday at work, and you're like, "Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know you were
true,
working
yeah.
on this." And
Other
everyone's
crossover,
just
you and
like,
Jeff were in
"Mom."
Avengers.
And every time I'd see
Crazy.
Jeff on a thing, and someone would want to talk about it, I was like, "I haven't seen Jeff in a really long time. I don't." Yeah.
Who's Jeff?
Who? I don't know this person that you speak of.
And I didn't know until I went to set. I was like, "Oh, hey, Jeff, what's up?
Oh, you?
Oh, you're on here."
It is a small world, and it's only getting smaller.
And NDAs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're
Especially within the
fortunate
Resident Evil
enough.
world.
Yeah, we're fortunate enough that the world is small for us,
Yeah.
like because there is still a lot of competition in what we do. We're just very fortunate and blessed that we get to continue doing what we do in different
Oh yeah.
facets.
Well, the
so.
competition is always fierce, but I feel like if you're here long enough, eventually you win some, you lose some, you get in some projects, you're in. I don't know. I've been doing it for so long. I feel like eventually y'all work together at something somehow, somewhere. And in fact,
Yeah,
a lot of
definitely.
people I've worked with as actors have like booked me in films that are directing, you know what I mean? And called me up and been like, "Oh, remember when we shot that thing together? Like now I'm making award-winning films." You're like, "I'm so glad." So
Make those connections.
Enough time goes by and everyone, we all.
Never burn your bridges. Always be nice to each other.
Yep.
Oh well, there's no
You never
reason
know
not
when it's going to come back.
There's
Yeah,
no
you know,
need
it's,
to.
Yeah. I mean, if you're an asshole, I don't ever want to work with you again. Otherwise, I can't imagine there's a bridge I would want to burn. I think we're all going to remain friends regardless, even if I went into real estate.
Yeah.
I'll sell you a house.
It's a lucrative. Okay.
It is.
Thinking about that on the side. Okay.
That's good
I
side
know,
money.
I know.
Good side hustle.
I know a lot of
JJ's
wealthy
done some
actors
acting.
got their real estate place.
Not good at it.
JJ has a commercial for real estate.
Oh yeah. How did you
Really?
know that? Did I tell you about that?
Well, that just came full circle. Tell us
I saw
about
it
this
once.
real estate commercial.
Yeah.
Wasn't it a bank or
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
local
yeah.
bank, yeah.
like a loan or mortgage commercial
Yeah.
or something? Yeah.
And they wanted.
You were in it as an actor?
Well, yeah, I did. But it was just like we were being approved for a house loan, and so we had to look happy.
Oh.
I could do that, but I can't actually act.
It's pretty good though.
I'm just gonna smile.
You also did that. Is it Northbound? Right?
Northbound, yep.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did a little bit
you were
Northbound.
in that
It's
series
a lot of
Northbound.
fun, but I don't want to as somebody like you guys that are like legit actors.
Do
you
it
put-
like legit. Yeah.
Yeah, you put so much
Well,
time
I feel
into
like
it.
it's
I
pretty
wouldn't say
legit.
that I'm anywhere near your caliber. Yeah.
Sounds like you're a working actor. I think that's.
You get paid though.
If you got a paycheck
Yeah,
for
you gotta
performing
be-
in something,
No, I
Okay,
just did it because it was cool. Let's put it this way: if they were to cast me in a Resident Evil movie that was done exactly like the FMV from the original Resident Evil game, I could probably do okay.
Very
The live action,
No,
the really
Oh,
cheesy
yeah,
live
at the beginning,
action.
yeah, yeah.
That I
done
could
enough
probably do that.
research.
Yeah.
Know like the back of your hand. See, that's how I feel or how I felt, not field. Field is not a word. That's how I felt when when I did the mocap for Lara for Shadow of the Tomb Raider, like the cinematic trailer, because it was like all the like badass things that Lara does, but obviously there's no dialogue or anything like that. And I just remember like walking in there and they're like, oh yeah, so like this is the character, and I was like, yo, I know who the character is.
You want to explain it to me?
And then I just would go through things and they're like, oh shit, okay, all right. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you what this is about.
I'm like, I have been training my entire life since I was a small child to be Lara.
That's how I feel with
and I've been training my whole life for this.
you guys and Resident Evil. That's kind of how it is, especially with Nick growing up his whole life playing the series, his passion for the series, and then he gets to be one of the guys he loved growing up. It's an insane story. It's like he needs to write a book.
Yeah.
It's so surreal getting those experiences, honestly. Like, it's so surreal. And like you know, that's why I think we're able to understand, like, you know, the fan base and fan community too, is because we have been fans ourselves, you know. And so, man, like, I can't tell you like how exciting it is, and like how influenced you are by certain games, you know. Like, I mean, you guys know this, and the fans that are here and hanging out with us, like, y'all know this. Like I obviously loved Resident Evil, but I didn't get to do Resident Evil as much as Nick did because everything was so secretive, you know, and we weren't allowed to play it in the house. But with like Tomb Raider and stuff, like that heavily influenced, you know, my life, like heavily influenced. Like I rock climb. I went to school, I went to college, double majored, political science, international affairs with archaeology and anthropology and philosophy, like all the things that were very Lara-esque, you know. I traveled like crazy. Like I got super inspired as a child. And it was a game that was touching up on things that I already loved, that like, it was like a fucking no-brainer. It was going to influence the rest of my life.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like, so I just find it very interesting.
Talking about inspiration, that's exactly what it is. I think a lot of us take inspiration from these characters that we love so much as kids, and we incorporate a lot of those aspects of their heroicism or heroics and stuff that they did into our own lives, and we try and, you know, make a benchmark. Like, we need to reach this point in our life because of what they did. You did the Shadow of the Tomb Raider where she's up in the trees and stealth killing everyone trailer?
For the trailer, the big cinematic one, she's in the trees. Yeah, and then she like sneaks out and wham, like
awesome
takes
trailer,
out the guy, and then like it's all the like very, very Lara things that she does. You know, she's like climbing, she's got the arrow going through a cave, she like stabs somebody, she's got like the wounded walk. Like when they're like, oh, so this is how she walks, I was like, I know, I got it.
Trust me, I know.
I'll give you a shot now.
I got it. So yeah.
It really goes to show how important these things are to us and our development as people, you know, over time. And even nowadays, the games that come out that my son plays, I can see how it impacts him as a person growing up. And it just makes me excited to see what his future is going to be like and how these, you know, played a role. I can do my job as a parent, but he's also got his things that he loves too. And just interesting. It's really interesting.
Well, you know what's, and Jolene, you could probably attest to this too, that I love, so part of, I mean, this is hard. This is like a hard one because it's a benefit and also like kind of a responsibility that we take on with roles like that are super iconic, like Ada Wong and Claire Redfield and stuff. Is like people reach out to us and go, hey, I'm going through this X, Y, and Z tough time, and I have been playing your game. And your character I connect with. And this helps me in this way. Like, I can't tell you, like, it's like so rewarding and like such like you feel so blessed, but also at the same time, there's like this like responsibility you almost like take on where you're like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, like I'm like, oh my God, you know, that's great. And I love that, you know, and I'm like, and like for them to connect to these characters and like feel this connection that's so human, like, it's really beautiful. Like, and it really is beautiful. And I guess, like, I understand it because I've had that growing up. But, like, being on the other side of it and, like, hearing it from people is really, really, really different and really inspiring and interesting. But also a lot of pressure sometimes when you're like, oh, man, you sent me a cameo request and you're asking me for some advice on this particular thing. And I really hope I answer correctly.
Oh, my God. I love it because I love to give advice and like talk like pep people up all the time or whatever. And then when people come to me as a character and ask me to do that for them, not usually as Ada. Ada, they're like, say something really sexy to me. But like, like my other characters, they're like, oh, you know, they're strong women and they're heroes. I was like, it's that easy? It's that easy? Because I've been in this game, you will listen to what I have to say when I tell you you're amazing, that you're capable of doing anything, and that, like, you know, you're a creative person and to follow your dreams and everything's going to be okay. Like, I can't believe how easy it is. Like, all I have to do is be in a video game, and then they're just going to take my word for it. They're going to listen to what I say. And I love it. I was like, I'll just keep doing good. Just keep calling. And I'll just be like, you're going to be
Firing
okay.
people.
Oh, it's beautiful.
You're,
be all
you're
right.
a fucking awesome person, Jolene. Like, of course.
Well, that's all you need is, you know, someone that you respect to say, hey, you're doing good in life.
Yeah.
Whether it's the character or the actor, you know, it's just the affirmation that you're doing things okay.
Oh
Things will
yeah,
be all right.
I carry that mantle proudly. I love that. It's probably been one of my favorite aspects of this whole like experience is being able to do that for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I do too. I just don't ever take it lightly. So like when people ask me for these like things, like I sometimes I'm like late to like respond to like camera requests and stuff too, and I have to say, hey, like I'm run out of time. Can you give me a little extra time? Because I want to give like a genuine like response. Like, yeah, man, like I've, you know, it's crazy seeing the like impact that it has, you know, on people, and especially these days, you know. So like, I don't know, man. It's just
when we've been at like at a convention, and I remember some of the people that have come through, and I remember us all signing things for them and doing this whatever, and like, you know, what didn't seem like there was a lot of chit chat, like it wasn't that big of a deal, and then I'll see them post something on Instagram, and they were like, "This was the greatest day of my life. This meant everything to me," and I'm like, "It did?" I was like, "That's awesome." Like, they didn't really express that. They were very like insular about things, but they like got all their and they're like, wow, all you have to do is show up and be there, and like you make
it's weird as a fan who goes to a lot of conventions, being on the other side of the table. I get that. As a fan, you don't want to make a scene. You don't want to be there too long because there's a lot of people waiting. You don't want to seem desperate because this is someone you really, you know, admire. You just kind of want to get your autograph, maybe get your picture and move out, and then you can go home and gush about it to all your friends. So,
I think
it's yeah.
I would always make you feel uncomfortable then if you came up to my table, because I'm like, I always take so long with everybody. You know, like I'm always the one that gets pressured to move faster because we have to get to everyone. Because I'm like, hi, how are you? And I give everybody hugs. And like,
that's when it's easier as a fan. When the guest is
shoot, she changes outfits. She talks about her grandparents. Like, it's a whole. Yeah. I've sat next to Stephanie before.
Those memories stick with you. When they're that interactive with you, those memories will carry with you. I've had so many stories of people that I've met that have talked to my son, had a great moment with them, or talked to us and had a great moment, and those things really stick with you. So it's nice that you're like that interactive. On the aspect of Cameo, side note to that, Streamly, are you guys doing anything for Streamly this week? Are you doing any autograph sessions?
You know, we just did a Valentine's Day, like
that's true. Yeah,
kind of felt like, I don't know, we were a little bit I was a little bit like, I don't know if fans wanted to do it again. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I might. I just wanted to talk to people today. I thought this was like a really fun way to engage.
Yeah,
that's what we really wanted to do.
You know, that we sort of opened up shop and did all that. So
yeah, I mean, we'll do more in the future again. We just didn't. We also want you, like, fans to know too, like, we don't want to exhaust you guys with things either. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, sometimes we just want to hang out with y'all.
Exactly. I mean? Like, which is what we wanted tonight. We just want to hang out, have some drinks, enjoy Resident Evil, celebrate.
Yeah.
So, but there'll be more. Maybe
we should have thought that through. We could have made like 25th anniversary editions, but we got really caught up in the Valentine's Day editions. It was really fun.
That's pretty awesome.
We did all these
shipping everybody up. Yeah.
We were having our special edition with the Valentine's Day, and then we were like, oh yeah, wait, we've got another one coming up, and then we weren't sure that might be just too much.
It makes sense to give some breathing room in there. You don't want to overdo it. Actually, I mean, there's so many people that have most likely already bought and are happy, and it's like, well, let's give them some time. We'll get some more people in here, some fresh faces, and we don't want to overexpose ourselves too much. So it makes sense.
Yeah. Well, we also want to just do fucking conventions again, man. Like, I want to go back to real world again.
People, I want to hang out with a bunch of people who haven't showered for 3 days.
You know what? But guess what? I hugged every single one of those people who didn't shower for 3 days. Which
It's
is
a beautiful
probably
experience.
not good in hindsight now, but like, you know.
Yeah, like cons are like a huge thing. Like, you know, like I've been going to conventions for about like 13 years now, and I've been doing photography at them for about like 8, and they're just it's amazing. Plus, like when we were all at PAX South last year, that was like, you know, as someone who's always gone to meet celebrities, now we got people coming to meet us, and I was like really shocked that like people were so kind. Like we had like what was it, guys? We had like over 200 people in the in the main hall, and then we had like for the autographs we had like over 300 people like line up.
And a lot of people were just jumping in line because they didn't know what's going on, which is cool. So they were like, "What's going on?" It's like, "I don't know. We're doing stuff. What's up?"
I remember I was talking to like this one guy and his girlfriend, and she was like, "Man, it's so great to meet you." It's like, and Tony, like, it's amazing that you have eyes. We didn't think you did, because I always wear sunglasses. Like I shocked everybody. Like I was up on the podium, I took my sunglasses off, and everybody's like head kind of like went back a little bit.
Like, whoa, that's what you look like.
I'm hitting
hopefully we can all do this live and in person sometime in the future and do a nice
like,
con.
Definitely, because I miss going to cons, man. I miss seeing
Celebrate Resident Evil, celebrate all the amazing people, all the amazing fans. Just bring everyone together and have an awesome weekend. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We will. We will. It's not far off. It's not far off.
Yeah, we're not too far off. I mean, those are the moments that are just so special. Like, I mean, man, one of my favorite moments was at Otakon in DC, and you know, when one of the fans, like I had met him and his girlfriend earlier, and then later on one of my panels by himself, and like was like, "Hey, I have a question for you. Can you help me propose to my girlfriend?" And he tells me the entire story of how they met, and he was so nervous, and he was like, you know, like, what, however, like, I understand if you don't want to. And I was like, hold on. First off, yes, I will help you. And then he's like, okay. He's like, well, wherever you want it to be, like, we'll meet you anywhere. Like, if it's whatever's convenient for you. And I was like, yo, I just said yes. I'm not going to make you meet me wherever's convenient and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this is a big day. What are we doing? What's the plan? You know what I mean? So yeah, so it was amazing because I was like, okay, we need to find a police station. I was like, where's a police station nearby? And I was like, we started looking all this up. It happened to be 1 block away from the convention center. And then I was like, all right, tell her to meet us at the police station, right? And she doesn't know I'm a part of it. So tell her to meet you at the police station. And then he's like, okay. And then I was like, all right, well, I'm going to meet you at, and I'm trying to find a point that's like on the way to the police station. I found a restaurant called Leon, and I was like, meet me at Leon's restaurant. I will walk with you and we'll meet her at the police station. Like, it was like meant to be, you know, but like those moments I like freaking miss. Like, that was so cool. Like, I want to be able to have really unique moments again. This doesn't mean I want everyone to ask me to help them with their proposals, because it's a lot of fucking pressure, but I would like to still, you know, get to do those things again, have those real moments. So
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna read a couple of the super chats here.
Let's
see if we got some more. Thank you guys so much for your support. We really appreciate it. The last one I left off with was there it was
right there.
Eric Haviland with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Eric. He says, happy 25 years of mayhem, everyone, and many more nightmares to come. That's a good way to say it, yeah, definitely. Thank you, Eric. And then Delta Frost 714 with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Delta Frost. He says, happy 25th anniversary Resident Evil. So happy to see everyone here, but I'm a little bummed out there is still no trailer for the new Resident Evil movie. I'm sure we're going to be getting one soon, man. Like, there's going to be a lot of stuff coming up soon with Village, Infinite Darkness, and with the reboot. Welcome to Raccoon
The
City.
movie's supposed to come out in September. We should be seeing something relatively quick here.
It'll be, definitely soon. Brandon Yates with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Brandon. He says, I don't think I told you this, but I completed both Jill and Chris scenarios in RE1 Remake, which I am playing right now to celebrate the 25th anniversary. That is a great way to celebrate it, man, and congratulations on completing it.
Nice.
Then we got a new member, AJ Phoenix Official. Welcome to Row Squad Recruit. Thank you so much for becoming a member.
My man.
Spam those emojis. You've unlocked them, man, and we really appreciate that. Welcome to the Row Squad. We got T-Goat with a £5 super chat. Thank you so much, T-Goat. He says, hey, fellas, just got here. Hope I haven't missed much. Definitely looking forward to the stream. We're glad you're looking forward to the stream, man. We're glad to have you here. Thank you for coming by. And we got 2 more I'll do, and then I'll take another break. Z Lippy with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Z Lippy. He says, casting is incredible. Robbie Amell is perfect for a younger Chris. I feel like he definitely looks like a younger Chris.
Yeah, it's good casting.
For sure.
Very good.
Tom Hooper is gonna kill it as Wesker. That's another good Wesker. That's yeah, I like the casting. And then Brandon
I
Yates.
love him in Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, that's
and it's
right,
only fitting
actually.
that he's Umbrella Academy, Umbrella Corporation. It works.
Yeah, it's weird. I didn't think of that, but yeah, that's where I first seen him too. And then Brandon Yates with another $5 super chat. Thanks again, Brandon. He says, also Nick Apostolides, you did a wonderful as Leon. Stephanie, you were wonderful as Claire, and Jolene, you were great as Ada Wong.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brandon. And then we got some more here, but I'm going to put those on pause. And like I said, we appreciate your support and your super chats. We are definitely going to read them, but I'm going to just be taking little breaks in between so that I don't interrupt the chat throughout the entire stream. But thank you guys very much. I'll be getting to the rest here soon. And we have 635 likes. Thank you guys so much. I'm glad you're enjoying this and you're all here hanging out with us and celebrating the 25th anniversary of Resident Evil. So thank you guys all so much for stopping by. We appreciate that. All right, I'm going to jump back into the game. And
Stephanie, I know you had to take off soon.
Yeah, I gotta start heading out, but
Yeah, I didn't know how long this would take. I thought I booked from 6 to 8. I was like, that'll be plenty of
We
time.
didn't really know either.
We're winging
It's
it.
kind of like, let's just get together.
Apparently 7 hours sometimes, right? Do you go to the end?
He's still got to play through as Chris, so he's not going to sleep. No.
I'll be here all night, man. I'm celebrating Resident
Come
Evil.
back later and click back in. You guys will still be playing. And I'll be like, hey,
Just jump back in the Discord call whenever you want. It's
Yeah,
always
still
open.
that's awesome.
Thank
you guys so much.
Yeah, this is super fun.
Yeah, thank you guys for having us, and happy 25th year anniversary!
Hell yeah.
And I need a sweatshirt.
Oh yeah, remember I said
We'll get you one.
Here, I want something.
you guys gotta message me. You just gotta keep on me. I got the worst mind. I'm juggling like things and I
doing it
forget.
live.
You just gotta help me and I'll get
right? She's like,
You're
Just
talking to the person that needs to
documented
be
history.
hounded too. Like I'm what you are.
True.
Like for me to come to
I'm just making excuses.
But what about when it gets kind of chilly out?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
exactly.
The fact that you want a row hoodie means a ton to me, so thank you two very much. I will hook you up with some row hoodies, 100%. I'm just kidding. You don't gotta hound me. I'll definitely send one out your guys' ways. Thank you.
T-shirt, tank, whatever you got. Like I will wear it proudly. So
I'll hook you up.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you very much.
Awesome.
Hey, you guys, thanks so much again. Seriously, it's been a really great time. Hopefully we'll do this again soon.
Yeah,
thank you
you
both.
guys so much.
I really appreciate you guys taking the time today, and it was last minute, so I even appreciate that more that you wanted to jump on with us and celebrate this awesome day.
Oh yeah,
And,
it's a fun
Jolene,
surprise, actually.
We'll work out a gameplay.
Okay.
You and Nick, maybe we can get you guys
Alright.
together. We could play some RE2 together. And
Alright.
Stephanie, we definitely want to have you back on. Once we get to Infinite Darkness, you guys can actually talk about it. We'll definitely circle back and really get into that too. So can't wait.
sounds good.
Nice
Alrighty.
Love you. I'll see you soon.
Bye, Jolene. Love you. Bye, guys. Smash high five, everybody.
Take care.
Bye, guys.
JJ, you have a
I'm still here. How do I get it?
the little X at the bottom with the red stone.
Little X at the. Oh,
It is.
I had my phone there. Okay, again, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Good luck.
What up?
Oh, if you want to fix, there you go. Your overlay. I was gonna say
Oh yeah, I'm on top of it, man. I'm almost pro. I'm getting there. Like
almost.
maybe in 5 years I'll finally have it down.
That was awesome. I'm glad we got to have them on. I hope everybody enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's always great when they come by. Like I said, the casts of 2 and 3, they have such a good chemistry that you at
7.
first you're nervous to talk to them, but then after like a couple of minutes, you're like, these people are cool. I could just kick back and hang out. I could have a couple beers with them at the bar. Like
Exactly.
they're cool like that.
They're down to earth. Like
Yeah.
it's
It's like,
unbelievable. They're amazing.
Saturday, we had the women on from 7, and we had a blast just hanging out and having a few drinks and just talking. It's just I love all the casting, but between 7, Remake 2, Remake 3, I feel like we have a much closer connection because they're much more involved with the fans.
Sure. Well, that and
you know.
and also like back when the original Resident Evil games, a lot of them didn't record this stuff together, so they didn't really interact with each
They don't
other.
have that unity. Like
yeah. I mean, they're
mocap wasn't a real thing back then. For a
so
lot
that's
of
why you find these groups like 7, 2, and 3. They all just like feed off of each other because that was their job. That's what they did, and that's why they have such good chemistry together.
They were together in all their scenes. Or,
Yeah,
they filmed it all together. It's their performances. They were on set together for months and months. So it's pretty awesome. It's a big bonding experience that happens there.
You can dodge him.
You can dodge a
You mentioned
wrench, you can dodge a bullet.
earlier,
Dog.
one of the super chats was talking about Resident Evil 1 Remake. Stay tuned this Saturday. It was supposed to be last Sunday, but it got pushed back because I was kind of sick. But this Saturday, Joe White, Chris Redfield, Remake 1. He's coming on. We're going to hang out.
Hell yeah. Joe
Good
White,
time.
the Chris Redfield. From, I think,
funny,
arguably the best made Resident Evil game, Resident Evil 1 Remake, is coming to hang out at the Residence of Evil. So definitely look forward to that, guys.
And Richard too.
And
What?
Richard.
Oh yeah, he's Richard Aiken in the remake as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thanks,
I thought you were
baby.
talking about Chad.
I forgot.
Oh no.
Yeah, we've got that, and there's a lot of people that joined ROCON that we haven't had a chance to get back on the show yet because can't overload the channel with interviews. We got to spread them out a little bit. So February we had some bad weather in Texas. I had some bad health issues, so we kind of skipped that month. This month we brought in the Women's History Month for Resident Evil 7. We had the cast of 2 come on tonight. Next month, well, we've even got one more this month, so we're hitting you with 3.
Hell yeah.
And there will be more next month too. I was supposed to have Christopher Watson, Marvin, on last month. Again, too many issues got in the way. So we definitely have a lot more coming along the road. A lot of people that want to be on the show, that want to have this interaction with the fans, and kind of share these moments. So be prepared. It's gonna be some awesome stuff. And of course, when 8 comes out, I'll be all over it, and hopefully we'll get a bunch of them on too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
That's gonna be awesome.
one of my ultimate dreams is honestly to get Roger Craig Smith to.
Oh, I know, man.
Hound him.
Like
I've tried.
I know
People
you've
have
Go
asked.
to his house. I hear that works.
People, go to his house to show up. Hey, you gonna talk to me or what? You gonna stop ghosting me?
Boulder punches us off his front stoop.
I've seen.
It was just funny because I remember that time where the news came out about Sonic ending, and I made that tweet and tagged him in it, and he actually responded to it, and I'm like, really? We've been trying to get you on our show for like 4 years, but you respond to this? But that was also sad. Like the fact that he has had such an extensive background. He's voiced some of the most iconic. He's been Captain America. He's been Chris Redfield. He's been Sonic the Hedgehog. He was Ezio in the Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed, yeah, Ezio.
Yep, he did a fuck ton of different voices in that regular show.
Yeah, the
in
regular
anime,
show.
he was Deidara from Naruto. He was Shinji Harako in Bleach. So it's like the dude's busy, man. He's like one of those I think the most sought after voice actors and stuff. But it's just and I get that's why it's hard to get a hold of him because he's so damn busy.
He's also very. He likes his privacy. He's one of those guys that's not a very public type person.
Oh yeah.
And I gotta respect that. There's people out there that they love this series. They love what they do. They love the fans, but that's just not how they are. They're not just some open person to go on these shows and talk about stuff.
They never give up until a restraining order is filed.
Exactly. Until they tell me I'm going to jail, I won't quit. Even then, I can write letters.
That entire period of time where he was Resident Evil 5 Chris, and he was also the same version of Chris in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and he kind of was in that game too, and all of his voices. He really cemented his own cameo as Chris in that era, and people were getting to learn RE5 Chris and RE5 Wesker as the version.
Exactly, that's the thing you see.
The versions of those characters that you'd be able to use in that fighting game, and it was just so crazy. And that actually, those kind of crossovers actually give a lot more. They put a lot more eyes on those characters than we think. And that was actually around the time that I was thinking of looking into Resident Evil, because I played 4 also, but 5 was also out at the time. And I realized the characters are here, but I hadn't really had any taste of what they would be because I hadn't played them in their own games. And the first time I had recognized these characters, it's like, wow, they look so different from the original versions. Even Jill was in that game. And Jill was her RE5 version. And she was all messed up, different hair, battle suit, everything going on.
That
So
was it.
wild.
Yeah, like
Who
that was,
voiced
that was
Jill
the thing,
in
Chris
5?
oh, sorry. Go ahead, Ali. Sorry.
I was just trying to remember who voiced Jill in 5.
Oh, that was Patricia Jai Lee.
Patricia, yeah, Patricia. Okay, yeah, because Heidi was remake.
Heidi was remake. Yep, and
Catherine
Michelle
was
Rupp,
3.
I believe, was Revelations Jill.
Yeah, Michelle was Revelation. Yeah, she's had a lot of voice actors for her.
Yep.
Now you've got Nicole.
Carrie Walgren was Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Jill, and yeah, now Nicole is Jill, and what do you call it there? Catherine Disher was the one for Resident Evil 3 and Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Jill.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was, like, Roger Craig Smith, he actually got to play Code Veronica Chris in the Dark Side Chronicles.
Yeah, for
Like,
those
I remember,
scenes.
like, when they first showed that trailer where he showed up at the end of it, and I was like, oh shit, they got Roger for that. Nice. Plus, what a lot of people don't know is he was Curtis from Resident Evil Damnation. He was technically the bad guy, but he wasn't really the bad guy. A lot of people forget because that came out, I think, a little bit prior to, it came out like 2008, I think, so like a year prior.
Let's and then Kevin Dorman has also voiced Chris twice.
Yep.
No, he didn't. Yeah, did he voice him for Umbrella Chronicles?
It was Umbrella Chronicles.
And then he came back to voice him for Vendetta.
Yeah, but you also remember too, he was the original voice for Chris in Resident Evil 5 when they finally had him speak.
Before he got pulled out for Avatar, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so that's
That was
why
a fun.
it was Avatar.
Yeah, he was working with Ruben.
That's right. And yeah, Ruben was still working on RE5 too.
Yeah. Well, Ruben, I think, is the one that got him into the Avatar role. I think, and he got pulled away for that. So.
Yeah, I mean, like Ruben's like he's been Chris for nearly 20 years, but then like it wasn't. Kevin was he did the body for Chris in Vendetta, right?
Yeah, he did the motion cap because Roger did the voice.
Yeah, his voice and mocap. Yeah, because like that was like the first
Wait.
time.
Look that up because we interviewed Kevin when Vendetta came out. And I think he voiced him too.
Yeah, because he did voice him. Yeah, but like Ruben's always been Chris, but that was like the first time I think he wasn't.
He did the motion cap though, because he did do the motion cap for Vendetta. Ruben did. When we first interviewed him that fall, we talked about it.
Yep.
Crazy, man. It's the crossover between all the different actors and stuff is pretty insane.
I would love to see if we could get what do you call it there in the future. What was his name? I'm blanking. I would actually like to get a hold of the guy who did Barry too from Revelations too, because that was like he's like a lot of them have been amazing that have always done Barry, but he was so.
I love his voice so much. It's perfect.
He's great.
One of the problems
I
that I'm
want to
running
get the original
into.
Barry.
Me too.
The original
The
Barry.
live action
Original.
one.
Jill sandwich.
No, I want the live action.
Very cool.
Friends with him on Facebook from a long time ago, but we never got around to it because here's the thing that happened. So 7 happened. I got into this process of interviewing people. We had a good gap in there where it was like, okay, I can fill some space because I hit pretty much most of the 7 casts quickly. And then 2 came out, and then 3 came out, and now 8's coming out. It's like I don't have a break. It's just I look at the new cast is coming, and I'm trying to go back to the old ones at the same time. It's just we got to find the time in there, you know.
You're talking about the actor for Barry Burton in the original Resident Evil game, bro.
Had him
We can
talking
push.
to him
We can
2 years
push
ago.
people out of the way to get him on the podcast. If we get the original actor for Barry Burton in the original Resident Evil game, you guys in the chat, would that not be epic? Like, yes, we'd love to talk with all the new actors, but we gotta make some special time for the OG Barry.
I really have to. Not only that, just the OGs in general. Like, there's a lot of actors that I want to bring on here from the older parts of the series that we really love. So I definitely have to work out a schedule a little bit better.
That would be sick.
There is
dude.
I see some people saying in the chat, get the Outbreak people, and it's like that would be nice, but unfortunately, I do know that the voice actor who voiced David King passed away back in 2006. He was a very prominent voice actor back in the 90s. He was in a lot of like anime dubs, and he did a lot of voices in Power Rangers too. But he passed on. But his son is a voice actor, and his son is the one who does the main character from Attack on Titan. He's also the main character in 7 Deadly Sins, the anime on Netflix. He does Cat Noir and Miraculous Ladybug, and I've met him a couple of times. He's a really nice dude. He actually because I brought RE2 to him, and I was like, look, I know your dad passed and everything, and I was wondering if you would sign this in his honor. And he's like, dude, I don't really get people who bring a lot of my dad's stuff to me. Like, this is amazing. And, like, he signed it, no questions asked.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, there's got to be.
Oh, the guy who played Mark wanted $500. That was what we were like barely starting. So I was like, I don't think I can afford that.
Oh, that's right.
That's just I would love him on.
That was the guy who played Jet and Cowboy Bebop, right?
Oh no, it was Mark.
I don't remember what else he was in. I was focused on Outbreak because I was looking to bring in some of those cast members. But yeah, his agent got back to me. He's like, he'd like $500. I was like, I just can't do that. Sorry. I would love to, but we're not really that kind of channel. We don't have money like that.
Have you guys ever looked into the Ashfords for the original or Darkside Chronicles and their like what they're doing? Okay, yeah.
Oh, that's I'm blanking out now. And she's a friend of mine too. Damn it. She did Annette in this game in 2.
Annette?
Oh, Annette.
Oh, Karen Strassman.
Yeah, Karen. She was Alexia, the Darkside Chronicles.
Okay, guys.
We interviewed her when she talked about that because she had a blast doing it because she got to like really ham it up.
Real quick, I think I'm gonna get caught up on the super chats because we are getting a ton.
Let's do them all now.
Like, guys,
Yeah,
thank
see,
you
like,
so
before-
much. Like, I'm sitting here like, holy crap! Like, what is going on?
Yeah, me and him are freaking out.
You're like, oh my god. So we're gonna just catch all the way up. Again, we really appreciate all the super chats, and we appreciate your understanding that we couldn't read them while we were talking with the actors from the game. It was just one of those things where we didn't want to constantly like, interrupt them. But now let's catch up here. Cat Shark with the $2 super chats says, I would love to see a Resident Evil Outbreak movie. Dude, that's 100% what I've always said is like the movie The Mist literally was the premise for like an Outbreak. It would have been perfect. I completely agree.
Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead. Yeah, we were just
Dawn
talking
of the
about this
Dead. Hell yeah.
last night, actually. Dawn of the Dead.
Zack Snyder.
Yeah, that movie was
That was an
excellent.
awesome remake, but both of them, yeah.
Yeah, so thank you, Cat Shark. Gen X with a huge $50 super
Oh,
chat.
the reboot,
Thank you
yeah.
so much, dude. Let's all give it up for Gen X in the chat, and I'm gonna start giving out those Big Lady D awards. I didn't want to do it while we had all the guests on, but you earned yourself a
Yeah.
Big Lady D award.
We
my
didn't want
man.
to waste their time.
Yeah, they would have been like, "What the hell is this? What
What
kind
the
of
hell?
channel is this? Never asked me to come on
We're not
again."
even on it.
Yeah. Okay, so that's for Gen X there. He says, a fan since the beginning. I love it to have 1.5 factory sealed version of the demo of the early Resident Evil 2 plus RE Gaiden and RE2 on 64.
It's like a gold mine right there.
Dude, that would be amazing to have the 1.5
You have an
factory
actual
sealed.
graphic for that. That's awesome.
Is it?
I didn't know you had that.
Is there an actual? I didn't know. Like, I know that I have a build of it, but that would be amazing. That's probably worth a fortune if it's true, and if it's a legit copy. So thank you so much for that, Gen X man. The one and only W with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Says YouTuber the gamer Shankster and I are actually playing the original Japanese hardware.
Oh,
hell
hell yeah,
yeah,
man.
dude, that's awesome.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna have to check that out after this. I'd like to see it with the Japanese hardware. What?
No, I'm just the next one.
Z Lippy with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Z Lippy. Says you gotta F, marry, not let live these
kill.
3. Okay, so F, marry, kill.
I would marry
Wes-
Marcus for sure.
Well,
He's got so much money.
Wesker, Burke, and Marcus. Marcus.
That's my pick. That's my
That's
pick.
your sugar daddy.
That's my sugar daddy right there.
Birkin.
Marcus Sugar Daddy.
I would kill Wesker because he's got too much ego.
He's too
and-
fast.
Yeah, too much going on with him. And Birkin.
Well, I'd kill him too, though. But
We gotta fuck him.
Probably killed all of them.
Shit. Okay, I'm gonna pass it to you guys. But F, M, K.
Yep.
Wesker, Burke, and Marcus. Answer all fast.
quick.
Okay.
Like on the spot.
Damn, that's kind of a hard question.
Speed round.
I shouldn't be thinking this much about it.
I didn't. That's why I just spurted it out.
Marry Wesker, kill the other 2. That's it.
Wait, what?
You
Yeah.
can't kill him.
Harry Wesker killed the other 2.
Not let live.
I agree with Marcus because he's the sugar daddy. I'll take that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Wesker would probably be fun in the sack.
Whoa, that would be hot.
He's like a rabbit.
Birkin, I mean, he was kind of a bitch to everyone.
Just a bitch. Hey, Birkin was
Yeah,
kind of a
he
bitch.
is kind of a bitch.
Killed.
Dies every time, anyways, right?
Yeah, he dies and he gets really like, don't touch my stuff.
Good answer, Jeff.
Yeah, good
Don't
answer.
touch my stuff.
How about you, Tony? Tony forfeited.
All right, Baggy.
Baggy did.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she wanted to kill everybody.
Oh.
Kill everybody but marry Wesker.
Wesker, do the other 2 things.
You what?
You
As long
F
as, long as it's
Wesker,
easy.
marry Wesker, and then kill the other 2. Because Birkin and Marcus are the same person, but Marcus is basically his dad. Like he's the same person.
True,
Like
but
he just took his death away.
You can't fucking kill one person.
You can't change the rules.
That's changing the rules, Big.
It's fine.
F him to death. That's what you gotta say.
Yeah.
Or no, I'll marry Marcus, Phil Birkin, F. Wesker. There you go.
Okay, same as
There you
same
go.
as Jeff.
And me.
Makes sense.
Oh yeah.
No.
Thinking about this logically.
You said the same one as me. We were gonna kill Wesker because of
Yeah, I don't like Wesker. He's too quick.
It's too quick. Eli Clark with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, "Hello, everyone. Hello, Eli. Welcome,
Hello,
dude.
Eli.
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay, we're
Skip this down.
coming down.
Oh,
my God.
We're gonna be here for a minute, guys.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Holy crap.
There we go. Eli, and there's Empoleon Fighter with the $5.
Happy 25th anniversary, Resident Evil. Love the games, especially RE2 Remake. Me too. This series has inspired me to make a RE Lego fan film with Jill and Claire. That's crazy. We were just saying that Ali did that when he was a kid.
Right.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I want to see
Legos,
that.
we had random toys.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for that, Empoleon. What?
We missed it. Oh, just Jolene left now.
Oh, Delta Frost 714 with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Delta Frost. Says Jolene, I really hope you'll come back as Ada in Resident Evil 4 Remake, and Stephanie in something. I hope you'll come back as Claire in Code Veronica Remake. So let me speak on their behalf. Yes, well, actually, I'm very excited to tell you that I am returning as Ada Wong in the Resident Evil 4 Remake. Oh, you are, Jolene? Oh, that's so cool. I'm coming back as Claire in the Code Veronica Remake. So sorry they're not here, but I answered on their behalf.
I wish.
Would be awesome if they did. Just saying.
I'm sure they
That's
hope
never
the same,
happened.
though. I really do.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say no if it ever comes up.
Yeah, they can't talk about it.
Right.
Sometimes they'll say I'm not allowed to talk about it. If they say I'm not, I
Yeah,
can neither confirm nor deny. That means they are.
But I'm pretty sure.
Remember,
Never mind.
Ruben? Well, we were talking to Ruben about Devil May Cry 5, like what, 6-7 months before they announced it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know anything about it. That'll never happen. Like I don't know. And literally, it was already done coming out next year.
I remember they kept that secret from us. Yeah.
Yeah, and they have to. We can't force them to. We don't want to because it'll jeopardize their career. So, anyways,
right.
Kevin the Collector with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Kevin. He says thanks for keeping Resident Evil so awesome. I'm assuming that was to the voice actors. But yes, thank you very much for that, Kevin. And I want to thank all of you guys for hanging out with our live streams and just coming to be here with us during these cool events because that means a lot to us. So thank you guys. Deputy Patrick with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Deputy Patrick. Says, hey, Stephanie and Jolene. I am a longtime fan of Resident Evil. I really loved your work on Resident Evil 2 Remake and look forward to the show. Welcome to the community. Speaking on their behalf, thank you so much, Deputy. We're glad that you liked our work in the Resident Evil 2 Remake. I do feel really bad you guys sent this stuff earlier and I wasn't able to
Yeah, we
access
missed it.
Maybe they'll watch back, though.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. Kaylin Fox with the $2 super chat. Thank you, Kaylin. Just died on my no save run. Mourn for me.
F's for Kaylin, everybody.
F for Kaylin. Let's
Do some respect.
yeah.
Put some
do it
respect on
again.
it.
Do it again. Reload. Start over.
I would say get good scrub, but I'd probably die as soon as I jump back into the game, and then that always happens. As soon as I talk shit, it just gets thrown right back at me. Sorry, Kaylin. OGRE Freak with a huge $50 super chat. Dude, thank you so much. Please, everybody, clap those cheeks for OGRE Freak with that huge $50 super chat. Let me get you your big Lady D award, dude. You definitely earned it. Thank you so much, man. He says, the OG loved the first two remakes, but this holds a special place. This was the first PlayStation game I ever bought. I remember being terrified to open the next door. Stephanie and Jolene, thank you for your work in Resident Evil 2 Remake. It was amazing. I'm sure they would be very thankful for that, OGRE Freak. And yes, this game, this and Resident Evil 2 Remake, or I'm sorry, the original Resident Evil 2 and this game, I went from 2 to this game, and they're just amazing. Being scared of what's in front of you because you can't see because of fixed camera angles. I do miss that. Damon Barbie with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Damon. He says, this game brings back memories. This is the game that got me into the franchise. Hell yeah, dude. And you're still with it 25 years later. That's really a testament to the series. So thank you so much, Damon. Paul Allen with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Paul. RE2 Remake shouts out to Romero. One Elliot died like CPT Rhodes in Day of the Dead. 1985. That's cool.
Yep,
and 2 Fat Cop Zombie at the food machine recalling things from life. Yeah, dude, I never thought of that. Holy crap.
And then we got Sub-Zero with
I
the
really like that.
Go
That's
ahead,
something I always appreciate about Romero is that they had moments where the zombies still recalled like human instincts.
They did that.
He went a little overboard, I think, in Land of the Dead, but I really liked that. That was like a nod to him in Resident Evil 2 Remake with the fat cop at the vending machine.
Yeah.
I'd probably want those snacks too.
Romero is definitely the godfather of zombies. Wouldn't be what it is without him.
Mhm.
And Resident Evil probably wouldn't exist without him.
Mm-hmm.
Sub-Zero 007, welcome to Rogue Squad Recruit. Thank you so much for becoming a member. We appreciate that.
Bruh.
Spam those custom emojis. You've unlocked them.
Baggy, are your captain.
And Beggy and Corey are captains of Recruit. Bob and Tony are captains of Bravo. Ali, myself, and Proxy are captains of Alpha. MJ1 Media with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much, MJ. He says, RE1 was going to have co-op. Too bad we didn't get it. I think it worked well for what it did for its time. I think if they would have had co-op, it would have been
Really?
interesting. I actually have a build of the game that has a person that just kind of stands there because they were going to have... It was like a co-op sort of feature, but it was... they scrapped it. And I'm happy with what we got, but it's definitely something interesting to if it what could have been. So thank you for that.
That's crazy though for like 96.
Yeah, they originally wanted to be first person.
Wow.
Enku Dryden with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Enku. Says, JJ, Nick, and Stephanie, thank you all for being high inspirations to this overworked healthcare worker.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Thank you for being a
Thank
healthcare
you,
worker
yeah,
and
like,
doing what you do, man.
Real MVP
But
right
another
there.
healthcare worker, I respect what you're doing right now.
Yep.
It's not an easy life.
I hear from everybody. It's tough right now.
Like I said, you guys are the real MVPs. Damon Barbie with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Damon. Says, but buy Stephanie a Row hoodie.
I agree.
I was just kidding when I said you guys gotta hound me. I write things down so I don't forget because Proxy is right. I have the brain, the memory of a goldfish. But yeah, I'm gonna hook them up. I'm just happy, like I said, that they want to wear our merch. Like that's awesome. When they first joined in, I see Nick and Nick and Jolene. I was like, oh my god, guys, thank you.
Four in the row.
Yeah,
Nick, that was the first picture I ever got from Nick. He sent me a picture of himself in the Rogue shirt. The first time I ever emailed him, he's like, "Am I a fan?" He sent me oh shit, okay, this guy actually knows who we are. How about that?
That was amazing, dude. That blew my mind, and then that's kicked off our friendship with these awesome, talented individuals from.
They really are amazing people.
Mm-hmm.
Mountain Dew Ramen with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Mountain Dew. He says you need the
Mountain Dew
original.
Ramen.
Your Amazon, Jill, Brad. Ollie, you hear that? We got to get the original Brad voice actor so he can come reprise his role.
Right.
You're Amazon, Jill.
Hell yeah.
I love that line.
That's all I care about. If he says that, I'll die happy. You know?
You're Amazon, Jill. Oh, that's too good.
That's like the best line.
The Dark Apex with a $50 super chat. Thank you so much, The Dark Apex. You've also been one that's been incredibly supportive these past few weeks, and thank you. We really appreciate that, man. Let me get you your big Lady D award. You've unlocked it, and let's all please give it up in the chat. Clap those cheeks for the Dark Apex. He says that was amazing. Happy 25th to the Resident Evil, and may the series continue on after 8 and be amazing. Happy to be here and to support you guys and to enjoy the stream. I hope to see them come back as their characters in future games and remakes. Same here, man. They did fantastic jobs. I'm glad to see that not Jolene, Stephanie and Nick are coming back for Infinite Darkness to keep consistency. And if we do get a Resident Evil 4 remake, I'm hoping Nick and Jolene come back to do Nick. Yeah, Leon.
If Capcom was smart, they'd do it.
They will, yeah. Oh well, yeah. I mean,
that's my opinion.
That's their moneymaker. Hopefully they do it right.
I love them guys. So
4 was extremely successful.
What's that?
4 was extremely successful, and it really kind of put the series back on the map for a lot of people who'd never played the originals. So it would make sense to redo it.
Yeah, it would. But again, this is a conversation for another time. But does it really need a remake?
Right.
It's true too, though. That's true.
I'm selfish and I want one, but
at least you're honest. Z-Fly with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Z-Fly. Would you guys prefer to have Paul Mercier on if he was down for it? Dude, we would definitely have Mercier on.
He won't respond to me though.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can't get a hold of that guy, so good luck.
Yeah,
if you know him, tell him I want to talk to him, please.
That would be amazing. He was a fantastic Leon. Yeah.
There's some people that I cannot reach, regardless of how hard I try.
Right.
Yeah, and Mercier and Kevin are
always their fault.
Roger's one of them. Yeah.
Roger
Craig and Mercier.
I respect it. It's like if I can't get you, I can't get you. Sorry.
The Wesker's is hard to get. Is it Richard
Waugh?
He's not hard. No, he's got really busy, but you can get him. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wesker's report.
Peter Jessup. I remember.
Peter Jessup is the one that's difficult. Yeah.
It's I know him, but I think he moved to the mountains or something like that.
Yeah. DC's the one that told us that he's kind of very secluded. He likes he's one of those guys like Roger who likes his bubble.
Yeah.
He wants to keep his private space. So.
I understand.
Again, it's I respect it. It's all right.
I disrespect it. Come on our
I
show.
want to be damn. I saw people coming in my property, put a shotgun in their face, and tell them to turn back the other way.
I can only do so much, Tony.
And then Sub-Zero 007 with a $5 super chat.
Oh no,
Thank
it's
you.
07. Sorry.
Oh,
that was my bad.
Sub-Zero 07. Thank you so much for that $5 super chat. It says, "Hey Corey, your emoji of the tall lady was the reason I subscribed today. Thanks for following me on Twitter." Oh my god.
What a reason.
like I had one as a placeholder. I was gonna have one done, and he's like, "I can do
He
it."
showed me the placeholder, and we're on Discord together. So like, I'll just start going to paint.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna throw this up as a joke, and like everybody was like, thought it was hilarious. I was like, you know what? I think we're just gonna keep it because I was laughing my ass off.
Yeah, we were overtired though.
You were overtired, but yeah, I threw it up as a joke, and I was like, oh, people actually like it.
A little 5-minute MS Paint.
Yeah, but that's what it was. It was in Paint. Yeah, good job, Corey.
Thanks.
All right, and thank you for subscribing.
Oh yeah, we already got Keith Silverstein. We had a great.
I was gonna say, didn't I talk to him?
You guys got Keith Stone? No way. Did he?
No, we've had
He's
him.
on there.
We've had Ruben Lang on the show. We had TJ Rotolo. We had Frank West.
TJ
and
Frank West and Birkin. Yeah.
They're on there as well.
Oh wait,
One
there's
of those
more.
guys has played Birkin multiple times. So
More just popped up.
There's a lot. No, there's a lot more.
Holy crap.
That was like 30 minutes ago. Those where you
Okay.
left off.
Zentera with a $20 super chat. Thank you
Oh,
so
maybe
much,
not.
Zentera. He's got nothing to say, just showing the support. Appreciate that a ton, my man. Thank you. And then Rainy Lay with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Rainy. You know what? They're saying stuff. I can see they're saying stuff, and it's not showing over here.
That's different, isn't it?
Let's go.
That's just the chat.
Let's scroll up. No, this is the.
Oh, you're saying there's super chats over
Yeah,
here that
they're
aren't popping up.
sending because like let's see where it was sorry, I just want to make sure if you guys are sending us support, I want to make sure I read it.
Right.
So Zentera's is gone, but I'm pretty sure he didn't have.
No, he didn't have anything. It was
Okay.
$20. I remember.
Oh,
Zentera does that a lot. He drops to 20.
Oh, okay. And then Rain Lay with a $5 super chat. It's not saying you're saying anything here, but I can see you saying,
Oh, wow.
"Hey JJ and Row Team, you might not remember me, but we talked on Facebook a few years ago.
Oh.
Glad to see you are doing well. Sorry,
please.
it's not more. It's all I got, dude. No, like
No, don't
we
worry.
just appreciate you guys coming here to hang out. Like honestly,
Yeah, really.
just to celebrate the 25 years of Resident Evil is more than we can ask for. So we appreciate the support, but it's not necessary. You guys don't feel obligated. Just come hang out with us. That's what we do here. We just kick back, chill, and play games. So that's more than we ask for. Thank you. And
You literally kept telling people during your RE5 stream, guys, please stop emptying your bank accounts.
I was like,
We're already like 8 hours
too
in.
much. This is too much. You guys don't have to donate this amount. We're very grateful. You can stop now. And like everybody just went the opposite. That was like right now too. Like this
Dude.
is insane, you guys. Thank you.
They popped up, by the way.
Oh, they're popping.
Rains did. It was right below or
Okay,
something,
okay.
yeah.
So let me go back up here. So
New to retro reviews,
Like I
Tony.
said, we want to get caught up, guys. So if you're just jumping in now, thank you very much. We're still playing Resident Evil 1. We're just getting caught up on our super chats because you guys have been incredibly
Yeah.
supportive, and we had guests on earlier, so we didn't want to disrupt them. Okay. And then Tony, new to retro
Right.
reviews with the $2 super chat. Thank you, Tony.
Squad, hoorah!
Hoorah! That's your
Hoorah.
Bravo team captain there, supporting, and he's even on the stream. Thank you, Tony.
Seen the movie Jarhead, right?
Yeah.
The scene where Jamie Foxx and I was when I was with the Marines, we watched this in the theater on base, right? There's a scene where Jamie Foxx is talking to Jake Gyllenhaal and he says, "And I thank God every day that I get to spend in the Corps." Oorah! And everybody went fucking nuts in the theater, right?
Yeah.
And that's Tony right now. I thank God every day for the Row Squad. Oorah!
Hell yeah. I was going to say
with your donation. Thank you.
We need to do that for that. Okay, thank you for explaining that. Max Schreiber, welcome to Row Squad Recruit. Thank you so much for setting up. Spam those custom emojis, especially that new Big Lady D one. You've unlocked them, and we thank you for your support, man. Thank you, Max. Swamp Man Outdoors, the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Swamp Man. He says, never beat original Resident Evil 1 game as a kid thanks to that guy with the sneaking suit named Solid Snake. Oh, you were one of those that went to that. Okay.
That was me right away, too.
Okay.
Kind of. Oh, no, maybe I was older. Never mind.
Time to awaken the old collection. Dude, you gotta go back and beat this game.
Hell yeah.
Like 100%. Thank you, Swamp Man.
Today's the right day to do
Do
it.
it today. Do it right now.
You got until midnight.
After the
you got until
stream.
midnight.
Yep. We got a super fun speed run it. Vendetta 201 with a huge $50 super chat. Thank you so much, Vendetta, for that very gracious contribution to the role. We appreciate that a ton, man. Let's all give it up in the chat. Clap those cheeks for Vendetta 201. He says, and let me get you your Big Lady D award, man. You deserve it. There she is. In all of her
Yeah.
gold glory. Kind of looks like chocolate.
I love gold. Whatever.
There
There it is.
Yeah. He says,
"My Winky was sticky."
happy 25th anniversary, Resident Evil. Loving the stream as always. I can't wait to get my Rose shirt, shorts, and G Fuel. Oh, you're
yeah.
the one that
Yeah,
messaged me
it's
today.
Vendetta.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was gonna reply to you. Yeah, you hit me up on
My
Twitter.
man.
I made sure to use code ROE CULT, of course, for G Fuel, ROE Alpha Squad. Much love and support and respect, you guys. Thank you so much for your support, man. Especially going above and beyond to get our merch. And like, thank you, dude. That means a lot to us. And I hope you enjoy that G Fuel. You gotta let me know how those flavors
Yeah,
are.
I want to
dude.
know that blue one, that blue rocket pop.
That looks good. That looks good.
Uh-huh.
Paul Allen with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Paul. He says, press F for Gary Crawford. Oh, yeah,
Oh,
the OG Iron.
Yeah.
Man, that hit me hard.
And Kendo.
Kendo was like,
Oh, he was Kendo
he did great
too?
as Irons, but Kendo was like always my favorite. Like,
Oh, yeah, that'd be so awesome.
that would have been amazing, man. Who left us back in December last year? He chewed the scenery the way Joe Pilato. I can't remember. How do you pronounce this? Joe Pilato did in DOTD 1985. Godspeed.
Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, man. I wish we could have got to chat with him. He did a fantastic job.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you,
Signed
dude.
here.
And then
Spartus.
Spartus with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Like, I'm just kind of like in shock again. Like,
I
this
know.
this list just keeps going and going. Thank you guys. And again, you don't need to do this. As of right now, we're good. Like, just come hang out, guys. Like, I mean that when I say
you,
that.
I got
Like,
alimony to pay.
I appreciate it
It
a
means
lot.
for sure, yeah.
It's awesome to see that you guys have grown as a channel and have made all these amazing connections. You truly are the best RE community out there. Thank you so much, Spartus, for that, man. I'm just glad you guys like to come hang out, let alone in some people's eyes be the best. Like, that's just crazy, man. But definitely got to check out, like, there's tons of other great Resident Evil channels and streamers on YouTube.
Yes.
Sub-Zero, again, with
Hey.
$5 super chat. Thanks again. I guess everyone is spending their stimulus check on the super chat. Well, that's what we said in the last one. It was the ROE stimulus check.
There's a lot of stimmies going out.
Thank you for that, man. And then Joshua Yates.
Gosh.
What was that, Tony?
Like my own team has half my stimmy.
yeah.
That's your own fault.
You have a donating addiction. I'm just kidding,
Yeah.
Tony. Joshua Yates with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Joshua. He says, love your channel. Just finished setting up the game room with all the original consoles. Emulators can't compare to the authentic hardware. For as much as I use emulation for my videos, I 100% agree. You don't beat playing the original PlayStation on a tube TV with a wired controller. Like, that's just how it's supposed to be experienced. I completely get that, man. And that's awesome you got your retro gaming room set up. Thank you for that. Red Legs 13B. Welcome to Roast Squad Recruit. Oh, we get another
Me
member.
and Baggy are killing it right
Yeah,
now.
you guys got like 6 signups tonight.
More than that.
Thank you so much, Red Legs. Spam those custom emojis. You've unlocked them. We appreciate your support. Welcome to Roast Squad. And I think we got one more.
No,
And
right
then-
there even, yeah.
It
Oh,
doesn't
go down.
yeah,
No,
no.
that's weird.
Mortal Terror RE. I like that
Oh,
name. That's,
shit.
That's a cool name. Mortal Terror.
No,
Terror.
Alpha.
Oh, welcome to Roast Squad Alpha Team. Hell yeah, brother. That's the winning team. That is my team. Thank you so much for your support. Spam those custom emojis.
And Jeff.
You've unlocked them. And yes,
Ali,
Ali.
I'm
Ali. Ali, why don't you give him a hoorah? Yeah, let's hear that one
Let's
more
hear a
time.
real Marine.
Hoorah!
There it is.
Yeah, there you go. He's here. He's here. He's the Captain Elephant. He's here to give you that hoorah.
That's a legit one, too.
That's a legit one. All right. We are all caught up. Thank you guys so much. Again, like, incredibly appreciative for all that support. Thank you guys so much. You don't have to do that. We just appreciate you guys here. But it means a lot to us. We're going to jump back into Resident Evil 1 now.
Oh, is that what we're doing? I forgot.
Oh, no. My controller shut off.
HR Zone. I've never seen Corey with a hat. Really?
Playing Silent Hill.
I do wear that hat a lot on stream, though.
You do, yeah.
Sister A, I see that. Arlie Ermy. I got to meet Arlie at Iwo Jima. I went out there for the ceremony, and I got to meet him that year. The guy was a hell of a person.
Who is
Arlie
it?
Who's
Ermy,
that,
if
yeah?
people don't... remember Gunny from Full Metal Jacket?
Yeah.
I never watched.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Arlie Ermy. Yeah.
That was a really good
I never
one.
legend,
watched
man,
it.
legend.
Keep it.
Hell of a guy.
Yeah, that's
Hell of a
awesome.
nice
Yeah.
guy, too. So.
You will learn the numbers. I will teach you.
Watch that movie.
DJ Visualize
Whoa.
upgraded their membership to Roast Squad Alpha Team. Hell yeah! Me and Ali are
Whoa.
very happy right now. Thank you for joining our team. We
Alpha
appreciate that. And spam those emojis. You've already had them, but do it again. Thank you for that, DJ Visualize.
It's,
Tony, he's the only one who thought of
Yeah,
sign up
where's
today.
Tony's Bravo member?
Tony, where's your hoorah?
yeah, Tony.
Nope.
Nobody likes me, man.
Oh, he can't do it until
It's
yeah.
all because of Bob.
I don't
'Cause he's your
need
partner
nobody.
on that Bravo team.
Yeah. And
not-
he's not
never
here. He let you guys. He let Bravo team down.
Right.
Bob's not here. He let all of you Bravos down. Unbelievable.
Yeah, well, blame Bob Spaghetti for that. Where the fuck is Bob?
That's
That's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying.
saying.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
it's
I'm
not your fault. It's
No,
Bob's.
you're here. Blaming Bob. Bob is
Hey, working.
canceled. All right.
Bravo
so-
team.
Does Bob work the night shift now?
No, he's on first shift.
He could have been here.
Oh, he's on days. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. He could have been here.
Could have been here. I'm
I
trying
get
to
it.
get.
It's all right.
I'm
He's
trying.
probably at home eating spaghetti.
Yeah, he probably. Yeah, I'm trying to get Bob
probably
on
pissed.
a live stream to just do like what I imagine is we use green screen and he's sitting in my basement with a corncob pipe and a robe in like a recliner, and I got the green screen showing the fireplace and stuff in the Spencer Mansion, and he's just streaming himself reading the S.D. Perry novels. Like I think that's a fantastic idea, and he's got the voice for it.
Yeah, his first one that he put out, he has one.
Yeah,
it was great.
I just gotta get him to do that.
He's got knee-high socks on, but then you see like all the hairy knee above it.
I gotta get Bob to come do that, dude. I think that would be perfect for him.
Bob is too busy selling out.
Yep, he's too busy selling out. Yeah.
All right, one more. Stephen Nelson with the 150.
Thank you, Stephen Nelson, for that. With the peaches, he's got those cheeks in the chat. Oh man, like last night, Corey put two elbows rubbing together.
Dude,
emoji.
look at the YouTube emojis. There's the elbow rub. It looks like two butts rubbing.
Yeah, we didn't know what it was, and I was like, "Is that two butt cheeks farting?" And somebody said butt rubs, and I was like, "So we got clapping cheeks and we got butt rubs now. What the hell is going
turning into
on?"
something weird here.
Yeah, what the shit?
I don't want to know what the next one's gonna be.
Never mind. He must not have heard us.
Oh.
He texted us,
Bob just messaged us, and Corey thought he heard us talking shit.
I'm gonna tell him, Bob, we were just talking shit about you.
Talking shit meter went off.
Butt rub proxy got a
I
butt
love
rub.
all the Full Metal Jacket quotes right now, by the way.
Bullshit! I bet you can suck a golf ball through a garden hose.
What?
Yes, like, I can't believe like he improvised like everything.
Oh yeah, and a lot of that
was-
they just let him have free reign to do whatever he wanted. He went full DI on him.
Yeah, he did. He was really good at that. Like everything he did after that too, he was like that character. He's perfect for
He
it.
was such a cool dude. He was such a nice person.
He was the sergeant. He was the drill.
Yeah, the drill sergeant.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's blasted.
Kubrick.
that was a good one. That was you guys.
Kubrick's my favorite director,
Corey's
and I've
what-
never watched Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah. Well, how was it, Tony and Ali and Baggy? Did you guys like that movie? You can tell Corey.
Oh fuck yeah, it's
It
a
was
great
good.
movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's weird because it's like two different movies. Because
It is.
a lot of people remember the boot camp stuff, but they don't know remember the second half.
Yeah.
Where he actually is in Vietnam.
I saw it a while ago. Like, I really love those opening scenes. But I didn't like finish the story of what happened. And I want to go back to it now because clearly
It's a long movie.
Yeah, it's pretty long.
It's a great movie. though.
I watched the Justice League 4-hour movie. Okay,
Oh, so
Oh,
good.
Yeah.
What did you think, Tony?
My
Corey
list right
said
now.
so good.
I give it an 8.7 out of 10, by the way.
Wow.
I mean, the thing of it is, it didn't really fix the problems that Snyder has as a director. There's still a lot of like big issues there, but it definitely is way more entertaining than the Whedon version.
I think he killed it.
I think he
You
did
guys should
really
argue
good.
right
and,
now.
I'll fight you with Tony.
I'm actually,
Just kidding.
like, I'm actually upset that like we're probably not going to get the Batman versus Deathstroke.
I
Because I love
know.
Deathstroke. He's like one of my favorite DC villains.
When he revealed what his
Yeah.
plans were for the next coming sequels, I kind of I was excited for him, but now I guess he's not doing them at all. Like, that's what it seems like
well,
at
the
least.
thing of it is,
I
I guess
think money
like,
talks.
Yeah, money
yeah, like
does
the thing,
talk.
True.
they gave him $70 million to fucking make that cut.
Oh,
and-
they
finish
changed
his
80%
version.
of the CGI, is what he said. Like, that's a lot to change, you know?
Well, yeah, 'cause dude, like, do you remember what Steppenwolf looked like before?
Yeah, he looked
this?
so stupid.
Yeah, and he looked better here.
Oh, he
like,
looked amazing. I love
background
him.
CGI was bad in the Snyder cut.
He just
but-
gave
I don't think there's
everybody so
anything
much
in
more
there.
of a backstory. You actually cared about most
That's
of the
what I want
characters.
to see.
Like,
Yeah, I heard Cyborg got like a nice full story. and he
Cyborg
became
was, like,
almost
one of the-
one of the.
You actually remember
That's
Cyborg in the movie?
he's like one of the best parts,
Yeah.
in
What-
my opinion.
what is-
Cyborg.
Cyborg, yeah, they
Well,
said
and
they
in
really-
the first one, he was the worst.
He got shafted in the first
He did.
version, but from what I've heard, I gotta
Oh.
watch it yet. I just watched.
And the soundtrack, the color grading, everything on it.
I
So
gotta see it.
good.
I gotta see it before we talk about it. We'll talk about it
Oh,
eventually.
yeah, don't give any spoilers.
Yeah,
anybody.
no spoilers to me. Real quick, I just want to let
No,
John
no,
Curley
no,
know. No, I never
like,
watched Yu-Gi-Oh. I was never into it.
I've
Sorry,
never either.
sorry to.
Well, I mean, like they've already said this. This is not a spoiler because they already announced this long ago. But like, Batman is showing up in the Flash movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're supposed to get,
it
and
Batfleck?
they're also like, yeah, Batfleck is supposed to come back for that,
Hell yeah.
and they're getting
Yeah,
Michael
because
Keaton to come back.
Michael Keaton, because it's gonna be the
Flashpoint.
Infinite, Flashpoint, the Flashpoint storyline.
Okay.
I'm excited to see
Which is
Michael
cool.
Keaton come back.
I didn't know he actually was. I thought
Yeah.
you were just telling me you wanted that. You
No,
must have been
I
telling
yeah,
me.
it is-
I
huge
legitimately
fan of Batman.
want
It's
him
real,
to have
so.
his own standalone movie. With the director who did the original two. Tim Burton.
Burton.
But it's still cool
Yep.
to see him coming back.
I
And
know.
yeah.
Okay, I thought you were saying you want. I didn't know it was
A
actually.
lot of people
happening.
want to see Batman Beyond with Michael Keaton come back as the old Batman,
Yes.
and then have a new character as the
Yes.
young one to
I
pass.
was
the...
thinking Robert Pattinson as the new Batman. Like that would have been
Oh, yeah,
perfect. It
young.
would have been in that universe. Robert Pattinson could have been the new Batman, and
Young one.
Michael Keaton
Harry,
could
I
have
think
played
his
the
name
old
was.
Batman.
Michael Keaton has a thing for winged creature superheroes.
Birdman and shit, and he was
Birdman,
Yeah, he
Batman,
does.
Vulture. Well, maybe not heroes, but
Oh, was
yeah.
it Birdman? That was him.
Yeah, he was in Birdman.
Wasn't that an Oscar-winning movie?
He was
Yep.
the lead.
That's
in it.
kind of what brought Michael Keaton back to like Hollywood in many
Yeah,
ways.
yeah. Kind of put
He's
him back
always
on the
been very
map.
selective of how he's done movie roles that he's taken.
Right. That's how a lot of legends
Just
are.
smart.
Yep.
He actually
He
got
could be.
he actually got a lot of backlash back in the day when they said, yeah, he's gonna be Batman, and people were like, who is this guy? And then they find out that
He's too much of a comedian, and yeah. This guy can't play Batman. Then he
I
kills
do
it.
like Michael Keaton.
So I'm gonna take a real quick 5. I'm
too.
gonna let Corey
I was about to.
here's the puzzle time, and then you can take 5 out.
I don't know what I have to do.
I haven't ate
What do I have to do here,
since
man?
breakfast, so I'm just gonna eat something real quick, and I'll be
What do I
right
have
back.
to do here? Fill it all?
Yeah,
Okay.
you got it. I believe in you. I'll be right back, guys.
2, 2, 3, 6.
Yeah.
Nope.
Bees, so if you're in there too long and you back out, the bees will come after you.
Okay.
Don't back out.
I don't remember this
Yeah.
puzzle.
But yeah, like I mean, like they already said Superman's gonna be in the second Shazam movie. That was already announced like months
Oh
ago.
yeah, I did hear that.
Yeah, they're bringing Henry Cavill back for that. But
Henry
as far
Cavill.
as like a Man of Steel 2 and everything else,
Yeah.
who knows? Because apparently Marvel's eyeing him now for future roles.
Who's that?
I mean, he's already. Well, Henry Cavill, like
Oh,
Marvel
is it
apparently is
Cavill?
going after him. They want him. So
I love that dude. That dude is like my man crush.
Yeah, he's a
For real.
nerd too. Yes.
He's a dork. He's a gamer, and he's Easel. Like, dude, he's just a cool dude. I want to like hang out with him for a day. Be like, I'll carry your cape. I don't care.
I know. He was pretty cool, dude. When he did that, when he built his PC into that stream, that was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I feel like he's the real life Superman. Like
He
he's just
really
like a
is.
nice guy who would help people.
Right?
He's awesome in The Witcher. He's perfect.
Yeah.
I've never
he's
watched
a
The Witcher.
Witcher. But what do they want him for in the Marvel side?
Enough. Like it's not known yet, but like it's just reports saying that like he's being eyed for it. So who knows who he could play in there? I mean,
Yeah.
maybe they could make him a villain. He could be Hyperion or anything, who's pretty much Marvel's Superman but evil.
Yeah.
Oh.
I saw Oscar Isaac's training for Moon Knight. I saw some videos of that today. I think
Yeah.
that looked badass.
Is that
That's another
Snake?
actor that I have a lot of respect for.
Is that Snake in the new Metal Gear or whatever that they're talking
Yeah,
about?
that's true. Yeah, he's Snake too in the new Metal Gear.
That's
Shit, he
dope.
may be training for that. I don't know, but they said it was for Moon Knight, but he may be training for Metal Gear.
Right.
When I heard that he was cast as Solid Snake, I was just like, you know what? I ain't even mad. I see it.
I am perfectly content with that. I like
Mhm.
it. So I can't wait for that movie. I can't wait for that series to come back. All the rumors about Silent Hill and all that. Like, when are you going to give it to us? Please. Oh, Resident Evil 25 years strong. Everything else I loved from that time frame has kind of died.
Right.
I mean, it's true. Like a lot of you look back at a lot of franchises, not a lot. I mean, there are a lot that survive. I mean, you look at like Mario and Zelda, and Samus are like, hold my beer. We've been around for 35 years, but there's
That's
some
Nintendo.
franchises that are,
Nintendo's like, oh, throw Mario on it. Just it'll sell.
yeah, it's true though. Like put Mario in
Yeah.
anything, it
I
sells.
thought I finished it.
And Zelda games have always sold very well, even if some like Skyward Sword weren't well received by fans and stuff like that. They still made money because Zelda sells more overseas than it does in Japan, surprisingly.
Oh, interesting.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
I
back now.
never understood that, but for whatever reasons, I mean, Zelda's still big in Japan. Don't get me wrong, but when you go to places like like in America or even like Europe and stuff, people fucking love Zelda. It's nuts.
Someone help Corey?
I already did it. No, I did it right
Oh,
away.
there you go.
I had it
Oh,
done
there
right
you go.
away, and then I just redid it.
Castlevania. Well, Castlevania is like the anime is fucking amazing, and
Oh, hell yeah. And then we're supposed to get what there's all these other animes that are supposed to, like Devil May Cry. Like when are those
Cry
going to come out?
River, I guess the what was it? The Dragon's Dogma one didn't do so good. And then there's that other one. It's based off a PC game that didn't do very well either. But I mean, if they do Devil May Cry, I'll gotta get in touch with Ruben and be like, hey, dude, what can you tell us? Because he'll say something and I'm like, oh, so what's happening, right? And he's like, I can't tell you.
I can't say it.
Or you just ask
You know-
if Dan Southworth's in it, you just ask Dan because he blurts out everything.
Dan's got no filter.
Bosh are bad, man. They can't keep secrets.
I've had him in the books for a long time too, but we don't do Devil May Cry content. they've only did it that one time, those few times when it came out because of Ruben.
Well,
like
we had
Johnny
Ruben,
Young
we
Bosch,
had,
I had him on
Brian.
deck too for us.
Yeah, we had Brian Hanford too.
Yeah, Brian came on for V. Because we were doing like a little Devil May Cry series of interviews, and that's the same time I had Johnny lined up because I've interviewed Johnny before on Beyond the Fandom.
Yep.
And then Dan was also in the books. They were both set, but we never got to him because 2 basically started ramping up from there. So, or no, not 2. 3 trailer dropped, and then we started moving into all this new content. Not a Devil May Cry channel, unfortunately, but I would love to bring them on.
They need to remaster Devil May Cry 2. Get out. Get the hell out.
Just remake it. Get rid of that one.
I have no idea.
Oh my god, that game.
That's one game I haven't gotten into. I've never played it.
There's rumor about actually like remaking 2 and like making it a thing and make it fit in the story to make it make sense.
Yeah, completely rewrite 2.
I actually
Becky, get
enjoyed
on
the
that. Do
anime.
that.
I actually enjoyed the anime. It's
Well,
funny talking with Ruben, finding out that they were basically shutting the studio down around him as he's trying to record lines. I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was a decent series. It makes sense most of the time.
They need to remaster Onimusha 2 and 3. Yeah, like I mean, I think those are coming, but I don't think Onimusha that came out about a year or 2 ago. I don't think that sold well enough. But it's because they didn't really. They just said, "Oh yeah, here's Onimusha." You didn't advertise it, not like because Onimusha's been gone for so long. People don't remember.
That's a good series too.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like people asking, "Hey, why aren't we getting another F-Zero game?" Or anything. It's because the franchise has been dead since the GameCube, and Mario Kart makes so much that you'd have to integrate more F-Zero stuff into Mario Kart to get people excited. Kind of like when you play Smash Brothers, and all of a sudden there's a character there that you don't know, and then you discover the franchise.
Saint Dizzle is giving you the code there. Corey.
I'm not doing it. I quit. I waited for JJ because there's 3 empty bottles. I only have 2 spots, so I was just waiting for him.
All right, let me copy that and I'll put it into our chat here. Thank you, Saint. Thank you for that.
That's why I've just been waiting here. I thought he was gonna be back by now.
No, I feel like Onimusha's case in particular is so like it's I don't know. It's kind of gross because when they did the remaster, they remastered the worst game in the franchise. Like not like a bad game, right? Like the first game isn't like it's very solid at introducing fans to the lore of the series, the main protagonist, everything like that. The combat is all right, but the charge attacks and the real interactions between the characters, the trading, all that stuff came in the second game, and then the third game had not as much RPG element as the second one, but had really good storytelling, way better gameplay, way better everything, visuals, everything. And so 2 and 3 are the gems of those series, and they let those kind of sit in the dust while they remaster the first one, and that is super. I think it's a really, really, I don't know, not a good decision at all. Like you brought back the one that had the least innovation and the least replay value too, and you're trying to sell that again. But like really 2 and 3. Even the fourth game has those games just hold so much more weight even today, and seeing those remastered would be absolutely incredible. Like I love
that's what they were doing.
Yeah,
I thought they were going to go that direction and incorporate do remakes of these new games on the side of their new stuff, or remakes of the old games alongside of their new stuff. I've seen a lot of the Dino Crisis in the chat. Obviously, I think we'd all love that.
Oh yeah.
Be weird though, because looking back now, I was like, that's such a weird concept. Like a military team goes to investigate this base, and now they're fighting dinosaurs. It's like Resident Evil with dinosaurs. It was Resident Evil with dinosaurs, but
and Onimusha was like Samurai Resident Evil, so they're all kind of like spawned from Resident Evil as a core franchise.
I play games like Ark. I love Ark, and that's you fighting dinosaurs in a survival atmosphere. So I'd be down for it. Give me another Dino Crisis. Give me a remake.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm down for that too.
We actually have a $5 super chat here from.
Thank you. I'm gonna read that. Yeah.
Hey guys, did you hear that the PlayStation is closing their online stores for the PS3, PSP, and Vita? Dude, yeah, I saw that. I saw that, and I'm like, you really gotta piss in my Fruit Loops on a Monday like this.
That's gross.
This is heartbreaking because the thing of it is, for those of you who don't know, a lot of people out there who are getting into Resident Evil now because of 7 and Village, they're gonna want to go back and play the others. But the only way to play the OG ones is to get the old games or you digitally download.
Digital copies, yeah.
Yeah, but now you're not going to be able to do that. Even if you've bought them, if your system crashes and you go out and buy get another PS3 for cheap, no go. You're not going to be able to download it. And that sucks because things like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and Marvel vs. Capcom Origins that got taken off the store years ago due to licensing issues between Capcom and Disney at the time, that was just, those are gone. And now they're all going to be gone. And things like Zombie Apocalypse, which is like a 4-player game, is actually really cool. I kind of wanted to play it here on the channel with everybody. That's going to be gone now too, because that never got ported to PS4 or anything. So thank you for the $5, but yeah, it is. It's a sign of the times, but it's a tragedy that these digital type stores just these digital storefronts are a bad fit.
14 years old, 15 years old now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's just yesterday. I was in Best Buy. I just got back from Japan, and I was like, I want to get a PS3 because they had just come out, and I just feels like yesterday I was going in and being like, oh, let me get this. It came with Fear, and I remember playing the hell out of Fear, playing the hell out of Uncharted. That's 15 years ago.
Yeah. Real quick, you guys.
That's crazy.
I don't remember how to move this bookshelf here in this one room, and I know I got to get into the basement, and I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm blanking it. There's a switch I got to hit, and I don't remember where that switch is. Do you guys remember?
I think you need to put a book in the shelf.
Is it the book in this one? Nothing unusual. This thing's got to move.
Remake, it was a book.
Yeah, it was the
Right, I remember the remake.
And I don't remember.
Yeah, see, I don't have direct. I'm looking at the feed. So
you can't push it.
You'll see it in 2 seconds, John.
Yeah.
The bathroom.
Use the force.
In the bathroom, there's something I think.
I thought there was, but I just checked.
Oh, in this one, no. There's another room that you can do it. There's like 3 bureaus or something like that.
Are you sure it's not?
You put the book in a different room.
What's a bureau?
Yeah, the book that you put in the thing leads you to the room where Plant 42 is.
Yeah.
The other one is where it takes you down that to the sewer thing, but it's not in this area. It's one of the other rooms.
No, I didn't get there yet.
The rug's looking pretty suspicious.
Oh, you went in there.
So that's not the room. I could have swore that was the room.
No, because you would be able to see, like, when you can move things, they look a lot different than the pre-rendered backgrounds.
It did, though. I thought that bookshelf did look like it was standing out.
Yeah. Could be wrong. It could be this room up here, but I gotta get the key. I gotta get the key.
I played the remakes so many times that I don't remember this version, to be
Oh,
honest.
Jeff is saying it's the other bedroom that has a bookshelf.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Sister talks is mentioning Eternal Darkness. That's a messed up game. That is a trippy game. That game messes with your head while you're playing.
I know.
Tony, have you ever played Eternal Darkness?
I never got to, unfortunately. I believe I own it. I can't see my GameCube collection. It's covered by my Wii collection, but
it's a mind trip game.
I forgot it's right here.
It's a horror game, but there are moments where it messes with the player, like something as simple as your player, like their head falls off. It's just messes, or it will tell you that your save file has been deleted. It's crazy, man. That was a inventive game right there. Very innovative.
For sure. I want to sign off Corey. He's got to head out, you guys. But thank you, Corey, for coming to hang out and enjoy this 25th anniversary with us. Appreciate that. It's getting a little late, so
I got to get to bed here pretty soon. Yeah. But thank you, everybody who's been with us from the beginning. And
we're secretly gonna play Project Zomboid.
And we're secretly about to play Project Zomboid. Oh wait, I'm supposed to whisper to you.
No, just kidding.
No.
Yeah. Thank you, Corey, for coming.
Yeah.
You have a good
night,
night,
everybody,
man.
and see you guys. See you, row team.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry. Pass out.
I just pass out right now. When I'm
I got you staying.
JJ put a groupie in my GPU. And then there's my bottle ups. All right, see you guys.
All right, have a good one, Corey.
Yeah.
Bees. I had PTSD when I seen those bees. If Bob was here, he would have kicked their ass. Yeah, green screen.
Oh God, not the bees.
The bees.
The bees. My eyes.
Dude, sent me of like, I wish you posted that. It's just Bob fighting bees.
Dude, I can't believe I went out there and kicked their ass. He just threw down with them.
You literally lost like one of those AirPods, and Bob just dove into the nest of bees and it's just punching them.
Yeah.
Speaking of bees and the almighty Nick Cage.
Right.
No, it's
anybody
true.
watch?
What was it?
I was gonna say, have you guys watched Willy's Wonderland?
I was disappointed by that.
Oh, you were. I fucking loved it. I like, to me, this was
split.
Nick Cage just being Nick Cage. And I love the fact that he took the role because he didn't have to say a single word. It's the only reason why he took the part. I loved every minute because it was so over the top and stupid that I just couldn't help but laugh and enjoy it. I didn't take it as a serious movie. I didn't take it as a horror movie. To me, this was Nick Cage beating the shit out of animatronic evil
That's
robot.
basically what it was, yeah. And yes, I did the Beejel recipe. Thank you, Saint Dizzle.
Oh, it was awesome. I loved it so much. I've watched it several times.
I just found like the fight scenes were like truly really bad, and like You know, like the thing is, I can't watch horror movies because I get scared easily, and I actually was not scared of anything in that
What's
movie.
not a horror movie?
So that's how it was marketed as.
Yeah, they tried to pitch it as like a Five Nights at Freddy's scary, but I knew just from the opening scene, him standing there looking badass as Nick Cage, that I was like, this is not a horror movie. This is Nick Cage kicking ass.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I loved it. I enjoyed it so damn much. Recommend it if you guys don't have anything to do. Just put it on. It's not a great movie by any means, but if you just want something to waste some time and laugh at, then put it on.
What is it called?
Willy's Wonderland. It's basically Five Nights at Freddy's
With
Okay.
Nicolas Cage.
With Nicolas Cage, yeah. Being
There's,
Nicolas
like-
Cage.
Oh,
Like,
brand new. I didn't know it was this new.
Yeah, it just came out like a month or two ago. Like the funny thing is, like I'll tell you guys a little bit about like one of the funny scenes in here, though. It's not like super spoilers, but he's like
Spoilers.
very dedicated to his job. So at one point, when all hell's breaking loose, his pager goes off,
He has
and
to
he
take
takes
breaks
a break, goes
Has
to
to
play
take breaks.
pinball, and all the machines are like, "What the fuck?"
from murdering people. He's in the middle of like a fight scene, and he's like, "Okay, break time," but he doesn't talk. And every time he gets his shirt dirty when he fights one of these things, he has to put a clean shirt on afterwards.
He's very dedicated to being a janitor at this place. It's hilarious.
He drinks these like sodas throughout the thing, and they're kind of like power ups, or like I figured they are like they keep the time. Every time he has a break, he drinks one of these things. So it's like an hour has passed or whatever. It's really
Should have been.
there's a
GQ.
line that one of the girls says, she's, and this is like the truth of the whole movie. He's not locked in here with them; they're locked in here with him. Yeah, and it's exactly that's what the movie is. It's fucking hilarious.
Now,
That's-
if
that's
that's
my
how
thing.
they would do Five Nights at Freddy's games in the future, I'd play that.
Right? Make them so you can actually fight back.
Yeah.
If it was like a legit survival horror, that'd be badass.
Did you guys ever get scared of those games like one time in your entire life?
Not
Five
really.
Nights at Freddy's?
Yeah,
I never
like, when
played
they
it. I
first
got the
came out,
VR one and I haven't played it yet, but I hear it's really good.
Oh, that might make, I don't know if that would make a difference, but I've always felt like those games, I don't know, they just do absolutely nothing.
Nothing
in
for- you're
terms of
not-
horror. Yeah, they're not scary. They're not.
Let me ask you a question,
They're a little
Baggy.
ambient.
Have
Okay,
you ever
sure.
have you ever been to Chuck E. Cheese as a kid?
Yeah.
You're still not afraid of animatronics?
No,
Oh, I am.
not
Tough
really.
kid, tough
I guess
kid.
I never like learned to like think about them as like creepy or like puppets or like marionettes, like kind of things. As
Yeah.
like, you know what I was scared of though? I remember one time I was going to Disney World with my family in Florida, like Orlando, Florida. There was this resort, and there was this really creepy kind of, I don't know if you can call it like a clay sculpture of this like bird. And I remember like from there thinking that these types of, you know, art pieces, like sculptures, whatever you call them, these are kind of creepy, but I'm actually, for a reason, I'm like less scared of the ones that are, you know, at Chuck E. Cheese, like Magic Mountain or any other kind of indoor kind of family fun land. Those never got to me. So maybe that's the appeal of it, you know, but I felt like those games were always just really just low tier for some reason.
Yeah. I think it's just for like a certain people that, like I said, that went to Chuck E. Cheese and were afraid of animatronics, or just back in the early 90s, the animatronics were terrifying. But I got to play that VR one to see, because I haven't played any Five Nights at Freddy's. But real quick, I just want to say goodnight, John Curley. Thank you for watching, man. Appreciate you coming by. You have a good night. We hope to see you in the next stream. And then Ginger Menace with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Ginger. Says, JJB clapping them cheeks. Love you, man. Thank you for putting this together. Well, it was a whole team that came together and put this together. Ollie actually got the guests to come on. But, yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun to get together and celebrate this. So thank you, man. Appreciate that support. And now I got to do this puzzle, you guys. This puzzle sucks.
I put it in the chat for you.
Oh, you
In the
did?
Discord.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
check,
you, Tony.
check our Discord thing, and I got all the stuff right
Oh,
there.
you're the
that
man.
was from one of our guys here in,
Oh.
in our chat. So,
Thanks, dude.
Saint, yeah, Saint, thank you, Saint, for doing that for us.
Thank you,
I'm
Saint.
glad we did
Dizzle.
this. I'm really glad we got together for this. This is a
Oh,
good
for
night.
sure.
Saviors in the chat. That is true.
All right, so now I'm going to focus while I make this. So 1 plus 3. You guys can keep talking. I'm tune out for a minute while I do this.
Reading the.
Oh,
chat
Yeah, I was
here.
reading, yeah, like the Five Nights at Freddy's thing, like the thing is, like the gameplay might get stale after a couple of games, but there is lore to it, and it's actually like from what I read about it, I was like, this is actually pretty decent.
It'd be interesting to see them make a game about the lore and not just do jump scares.
I honestly, through the cave stage in Double Dragon was more creepy than the Chuck E. Cheese. Oh my god, I know what he's talking about. Look at Double Dragon, man. I am so glad Double Dragon Neon came back. People beat 'em ups are coming back in a huge way. I'm still waiting for my Resident Evil beat 'em up game. That's what I'm telling. Like,
that would be funny. That would actually be pretty cool.
I remember a couple of years ago, actually, this was probably almost close to a decade ago, but somebody took the sprites for Jill from like MVC2 and took like the hallway of like another game, but like added horror stuff to it and like made it into a beat 'em up. And I'm like, God damn, like this is really cool. Like I want a Capcom beat 'em up now, like this. Because Capcom is known for their beat 'em up games. And I'm not just talking like Final Fight, but they made like a bunch of other ones. Like you go look at their Capcom beat 'em up bundle that they have out there, and there's a lot that they made.
It would make sense. I mean, you've got the variety of monsters that are the waves of enemies you have to defeat as you cross the map. You've got herbs as your health items. You've got different items you could power up. You could pick up different weapons that last a couple shots. It would make total sense. Somebody who's good at doing 2D animation and video games, get on that.
Well, I mean, like I said, like beat 'em ups are like a huge thing now, like with River City Girls and obviously Streets of Rage.
Super
TMNT game coming out now.
Yeah, Super Metal mentions the TMNT remake, or not necessarily remake, but I guess the other TMNT that's coming out.
It's just called Shredder's Revenge. It's a brand new game.
Yeah,
but it's in the
Battletoads
style
just
of,
came
like,
out.
arcade game and
A side scroller beat 'em up. They had the Battletoads ones just came out. That was pretty good. There's still a big market for that, I think.
Oh yeah, well that was the thing. It took a while. It like because like the games were coming up, but nobody was really like super amped up about them. And then all of a sudden, like they just started catching fire. And I think things like Streets of Rage 4 being announced, and then River City Girls coming out was actually a really big deal too. So a lot of people like got in on that.
You know what the problem is? Arcades don't exist too much anymore. Like,
Yeah,
you've got Dave and Buster's, you've got Round of One, you've got a few oddballs here and there, but arcades are not they're not really a thing anymore. That's what we would go to arcades for, was to play these beat 'em ups.
Is it?
Yeah, my round one just closed.
I thought I was supposed to go to these bookshelves here with all these terms to get the colors, but like every time I click on them, it's like not giving me.
Maybe you don't have to. Maybe don't have to do it as Jill. Anybody remember Battletoads and Double Dragons? Oh fuck yeah, Spartus! I do. I own that. The Super Nintendo soundtrack is fucking badass.
I don't do
it's
this
a hard as
with Jill?
hell game. Like literally, it takes Dragon and the two toughest games combines them into one. It's a nightmare.
Do you just have empty jars for nothing?
I guess,
That
yeah.
would
I mean,
make
I
no
could have
sense.
sworn that if you go click on the,
can you go to the sink?
I got water, but that's all it would give me.
What's the name of the is it V-Jolt?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
visual. Yeah, I maybe you don't. I know you do it as Rebecca, but maybe you just.
It is
don't.
Rebecca, yeah.
Like Jill can do it. Like, but
Yeah, it says she can.
Check the writing on the wall there.
Yeah, I checked the writing and it wouldn't let me grab anything for the bottles.
That's so weird.
Yes, I don't know.
You need the file. Oh, is it because I didn't take the file yet? That's
Okay,
interesting.
that would make sense.
There's a lot of this game like I completely forgot.
Oh yeah, where's Barry says you need the file. Yeah. Gotcha. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that.
You
Yeah,
guys
thank
definitely play this game a lot more than I do. I like to do it like maybe once a year or every couple
Yeah,
years. just
you don't want to
keep it-
oversaturate yourself.
I actually haven't played like a full playthrough of a Resident Evil game since that like Toys for Tot stream.
Really?
Like I actually have not. I've been all over a bunch of other like. Honestly, I've just been reading a lot.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
I haven't been gaming that much. But when I have been gaming, I've been showing stuff to like my friends. Like I got into Forbidden Siren, which is a really interesting PS2 horror game that has the same kind of really foggy, kind of religious elements too. But they have that same kind of foggy obscurity as Silent Hill. Same kind of like mini puzzles, but not like a big deal puzzles. And the horror in it is really interesting because they have this added mechanic, and it's super unique to Siren. It has something called sight jacking, and you could see the view of the enemy.
Of the enemies, yeah. Siren's a Forbidden Siren, but Siren in general, those games are awesome. The Japanese horror.
They're another series that kind of didn't. I don't know. Like I haven't seen a lot of them after the games that were released, but like getting into it now, even is really interesting. Like I'm really liking how they made this.
Good games. They're intense because, like you said, you can see from the enemy's point of view. So when you're hiding, you can jump into their POV and see them coming to look for you. It's creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like they made Siren, then the sequel, Forbidden Siren 2, and then Blood Curse was the third one on the
Blood Curse
PS3. But I don't think that ever came to. No, that did come to America, I believe.
I've got it on the PS3.
Oh, okay, all right.
I had it until my PS3 broke.
Well,
so.
I never played it, but
it was all similar, just like Fatal Frame. Fatal Frame's another great series that really needs a reimagining and a reawakening.
Nintendo owns the rights to it, and haven't seen them do it. I mean, like, the last time they tried to do something with it, that was on the Wii U, and it was digital download only. And if you did that, you pretty much had no space left on the Wii U, because the Wii U only had, I think, like 50 gigs from memory or something.
Yeah. Oh. You not have just pushed it all the way to there and then pushed it down?
What? No, because it would be hung up in this corner over here. So you gotta. I didn't push it down. This is where it started. It started over there. I just pushed it out so I could push it against this wall and then push it down.
Wow.
Silent Hill 4 The Room. I have that. Actually, just came in the mail today. I got the Silent Hill Origins on the PSP.
I've got I've got Origins 1, 2, 3, and 4. Original copies. I bought them all when I was in Japan. I had them all on eBay.
Yeah, they're getting very expensive right now. We're talking like up to $200 for these games.
That vinyl that I sent the picture, for people who don't know, there's a really good used vintage video game store called Game Over Video Games. Check them out online if you get a chance. I go in there quite a bit because they're local, and they have
That's
these.
That's the one that you and me and Nick went to, right?
Yeah, well, I didn't go that time. You went with Nick and I think JJ and.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was me, him, and JJ. Yeah, because then we went to dinner after. Yeah.
I went to see my parents that day, so I didn't. But they still had the autograph up, which is cool from Nick.
Nice.
But they had Silent Hill 2 vinyl that just came out from some company for $120. And it was funny as I was like, Silent Hill 2, man, I love that game. I want that soundtrack. I'll go ahead and take that. And he's like,
no, for
$120. I was like, oh, I got YouTube. I got YouTube. I would buy it, but not for $120. Amazing, but I can YouTube it.
Oh god, it's Neptune! Ah! I hate this part. Dude, I hate this part.
Just keep running, dude.
Running?
It's
just
locked.
Running.
Oh man, these old cutscenes.
Oh god.
Classic.
Amazing, like you see this, like the room with the shark and everything. It's just like, oh yeah, it's not that scary. Then you see the remake one, and you're like, I'm never going in the ocean again.
This scares me, dude. No, it's just because like if you get got by it, like that's it. It's over. Isn't it a one-hit kill in this one? And it's in the remake too.
Remake it is. I don't think it is in this one. I think you get like a shot or two in.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the little sharks can damage you, but the big one, yeah, it's a one-hit KO.
That's what I thought.
Done.
Yeah. What the
Richard,
run?
That's the little shark is actually 5 times the little minnow that just went after you.
Yeah.
The sharks or snakes. He's getting eaten by something big.
Yeah.
Like so many of these like early monsters are just giant versions of like some animal. Like even in RE0 had like the scorpions and the monkeys,
right?
And they were just it was all about like prototypes and just things. That
that's why I loved it. It wasn't just zombies.
It made sense for a company that was experimenting, with their viruses on animals. It made sense.
Yeah.
I'm just glad they never did giant gorillas.
Well,
they did.
In 1.5, they tried. It didn't make it to 2, though.
Yeah.
They were terrifying. I played that build, and man, those things sucked.
There was
you played that on the channel like years ago, right?
Yeah, I did. There's a newer one out. I want to do a video on it. Actually, that might be my next video. I had a few ideas I had, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do those right now, but 1.5, that sounds good. If you guys want to see a video on the latest build of Resident Evil 1.5, definitely let me know, because I want to jump back into that.
1,000 likes, we'll play it.
I no shit. I wrote letters to Capcom as a kid.
Did
at
you?
Least once a month trying to get 1.5.
Yeah.
Because I'd seen it in GamePro, I'd seen it in all these gaming magazines, and it never came out. And like, I felt like that was a missing piece of my life that I needed. And I would write them once a month, say, "What can I do to get this? Please tell me a way to get this."
That's the thing too. Is like
now as an adult, I have it. What
Yeah.
the hell? It's pretty awesome.
When people are like, do you think this version's better than 2? It's like, no, 2 is a masterpiece in my eyes. It's my favorite Resident Evil game. It's just fun to see what could have been. Like, that interests me more than anything.
Yeah, exactly. What was
the
the initial
what
idea?
Some aspects
Yeah.
of 1.5 into 2 remake, which was really cool.
Yeah, it's true. I like that they did that. That was a cool idea to be like, people that love this series know that there are things from 1.5 that are out there.
Yep.
And to put those into 2 remake was such a really nice fan service moment.
Yeah, what was the Mr. X, early sketches of him had him with the fedora and the leather jacket. I think there was something with Ada, too, in her trench coat. So there was a lot of references in the Resident Evil 2 remake that go back to 1.5. That's what I really like the Resident Evil 2 remake. I just feel like they put so much time into it. It's not perfect, and it has a few flaws here or there, but overall, I think it was just really well made, and it's a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the scenario 2 part, the scenario B, that's the one that everybody gets bummed out about. But
Yeah.
the thing of it is, the rest of the game, the first time you play through as Leon or Claire in the A scenarios, it's amazing. I mean, hell, they put the gun range from 1.5.
I know.
That whole area is kind of tough.
Yeah.
And the fact that when you get bit and the marking stays there, that was an early thing for a 1.5 as well. So
Yep.
And the
fact
battle
that
damage,
Birkin, the fact that Birkin can call out Sherry's name and everything like that is kind of interesting. So because that was a 1.5 thing as well.
Hello, Stink
So
Bear.
I think
1.5 had the battle system, right, JJ? That's where you fought the gorillas.
That actually,
Like the
I
battle
don't
arena?
think that had that mode. That was just something that I believe Jim and I worked on. I think it was just a separate project. But yes, that
Right,
was
where you get
from
to go up against
1.5.
some of the enemies that were supposed to be in the game, like the gorillas.
Yeah.
At least it's not like the lions from Outbreak, JJ.
Oh God, that was my
Bro,
bad.
Open the back of this truck.
Yeah. What's in this truck? Don't open that truck.
With this guy telling me, don't open that door. Oh, what's this? I open the door.
And we get jumped.
People need to
By
learn the
Nala.
hard way. This is just how it goes. And I'll definitely learn never open that damn truck again. That was good. We got to jump back into Outbreak one of these days. A lot of people are asking for it, and it was probably almost 3 years ago since our last playthrough of the game.
Weren't we gonna...
Well, I
that
mean,
was
yeah,
first-
obviously now you guys know my PC's fixed, and I had some help with Outbreak, so I tested it out, and it runs perfectly. So
Perfect.
We don't have to
Wind up
go
again.
through what do you call it there, Zoom to do stuff now, and everything works fine.
Hell yeah. Yeah, because you came through clear all night tonight.
Oh yeah, you're perfect, dude. I'm
I
glad you
tested
got
this the other
Discord
day with a
fixed.
friend of mine, so
Awesome.
So glad it's fixed. It's so much easier than I love Zoom for what it can do.
Yeah.
It doesn't do a lot of what we wanted to do at the same time. I use it a lot because it's easier for my guests, but Discord just does better overall.
I love
Yeah.
Discord.
from
Are we gonna do
Huddell,
Outbreak with Kirsten?
What's that?
From what culture? We were gonna do Outbreak with Kirsten from what culture?
Yeah,
right?
we were gonna have a rotating chair where we can have guests and other
Bringing
RE
guests all the time.
creators join us. We did one so far. We did one with Scotty Blades, and yeah, we were gonna have Kirsten on one of them.
She's cool. What were you gonna say, Tony?
we actually got a $5 super chat from Huddell. He says, Ari will always have a special place in my heart. I remember watching my late father playing on PS1 and have been obsessed with it since.
Yeah.
Love y'all. Thank you. Greatly appreciate that. Yeah, Ari does bring up a lot of memories. I did a video on my channel, of kind of my history with it, and people have been telling me their stories. And some people and how they've gotten into it. A lot of people, it's Resident Evil 2 is how they got in. One person got in because they played Dino Crisis, and they got the the RE3 demo disc. That's how they got into it.
Oh, that's
It's a
interesting.
bug.
That is.
Yeah, I was like,
interesting to hear
that's
that.
a first. I've never heard a story like that because usually, like I said, it's usually Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil 4. Sometimes it's a little bit of like Resident Evil 3, but and very rarely do I ever hear Resident Evil 1. So
Yeah.
First time I played Dino Crisis, I was in high school when it came out, and I skipped school that day to play because I stayed up all night.
Nice.
I stayed up all night playing it, and I knew my parents were going to wake up around 6 to get ready for work, so I went to lay down. I got up at 7 and got ready for school. They were already out the door, and I just went right back into my room and played Dino Crisis. Skipped the bus, all that. Then, of course, my parents later get the phone call during the day. Your son was absent from school today without an excuse.
Get in
Get the
trouble.
bell.
Well, I didn't feel good, so I went back to lay down. I remember that. Dino Crisis.
we also got to play some we definitely got to play some 7 Days to Die at one point, and the Forest too. We definitely got to play
Oh
that.
yeah. We've been playing that Project Zomboid Corey and I've been playing it recently, and it's super good. Like as far as like a very in-depth zombie survival game, it looks a lot like The Sims, but it's like all open world. The areas are massive. It's a ton of fun. Like if you guys like those zombie survival games, that one is definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like we're almost done with the road to village and everything like that. So when that's done, we'll have time for all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now we're on this track to village, so everything's backed up and swamped with the RE content for that.
It's been a lot of fun to revisit all the Resident Evil games, though, and to go through and play them from 0 all the way onward. You know, not the just the numbered ones and Conan Code Veronica, but it's been really cool to just get to go through and do all that again leading up to Village.
That's what I did before we started the row.
Yeah.
When Resident Evil 7 came out, I was doing that on my own channel. It was the Road to Evil, is what I called it.
Yeah.
And I was playing through all of them. I think I stopped at 5 though, because it was already it was wearing on me.
Yeah.
Months of everyday Resident Evil.
Kind of. Yeah. It's been months of us just playing Resident Evil, but I'm not getting sick of it. Like I'm just having a ton of fun, and I'm just glad that our audience really enjoys coming by every week to hang out with us during that.
Yeah. You're not doing it every single day.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
In Resident Evil 5, when you guys were playing that and stuff, that was huge.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm glad everybody seemed to really enjoy coming by. We got Resident Evil 6 this Friday, you guys. So if you're here right now watching and you enjoy these live streams, we're gonna be playing through a very long stream this Friday again with Resident Evil 6. Hopefully we can get through it. Just want to give a quick shout out to Ginger Menace with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, dude. He says Vigil update. We are definitely still working on it. Making good progress. Moon's going to be sending me over his update soon. When we have stuff to show, we definitely will. So don't worry, there will be Vigil stuff coming for sure.
Yeah, thank you guys for continuously asking about Vigil 2 and stuff.
Thank you for your interest.
You guys are really excited about this. We know a lot of people keep asking, like, well, where is it? And it's like, but a lot of you understand too that there is just one dev working on this.
One dev.
So we greatly appreciate that. And I know he appreciates that too.
Yeah.
Am I still doing 7 in VR when we get to it?
We already had planned that we were going to be, Corey and I were going to be doing that with the over the shoulder, because when I did that video on it, I asked if everybody wanted to see me play through it, and everybody's like, yes. I was like, well, we killed 2 birds with 1 stone. We got 7 coming up, and we'll do over the shoulder. But that doesn't mean you still can't play through in VR. We're just going to use that for this series.
If you guys want a different perspective, let us know. I'll do a VR recording of it.
For sure. I wish that if they're gonna do Resident Evil Village in first person, I wish they would add that VR.
I think they will. It just probably hasn't been announced yet.
I'm gonna go back and get my grenade launcher. I knew Plant 42 was in here, but then I was like, yeah, the grenade launcher probably would make way more sense than the shotgun.
Like there aren't any PlayStation game franchises for PS5 that even have PSVR yet. Like, that's not a thing yet, right?
Yeah, not yet. But I'm assuming it would be.
We're still using the PS4 VR, but they did announce that there's a new set of controllers and a PSVR 2 that's supposed to come out probably next year.
Oh, cool. That is cool.
The controllers are going to be like actual VR controllers now. They're not going to be the Move controllers. They're going to be like the ones for the Oculus and the Rift.
That's awesome.
The Vive. So
I think a lot of people just complained. A lot of people that complained about the PlayStation VR was because of the controllers. So once they get that figured out, then it should be solid. Mountain Dew Ramen with a $5. Oh, I'm sorry. What was that, Jeff? Ali?
Go ahead.
Mountain Dew Ramen with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Mountain Dew Ramen. He says, what do you suggest for getting into VR if you don't do consoles? That's a good question, Ali. What do you suggest for it?
The Oculus Quest 2 right now is completely wireless, independent system by itself. It's kind of pricey, but it is the evolution of VR right now. I actually got one, and it's incredible. You can play all the normal games without having a PC for it. You don't have to be any wires or nothing. It's pretty damn awesome.
That is really cool.
And can't you watch like Netflix on it and shit like that?
Oh yeah, you can watch movies in a movie theater with other people.
Nice.
It's the possibilities of what they've done are absolutely incredible. So I highly recommend, if you want to get a VR system, the Oculus Quest 2 is a good way to get into it. You don't need a $1,500 rig PC to use it. You can use it completely independent. I play a lot of poker in it, which I really enjoy.
Poker? That's awesome.
I'm sitting at a table with a full table of people, and the feeling of checking my cards, tossing my cards when I fold, or throwing my chips in the pot, it's all natural. It feels good.
You heard it here. Ollie has a gambling addiction. Just kidding.
Dude. I love poker. I love blackjack. I love casinos.
I remember there was a video of like a VR chat of a guy playing, like they had like a Yu-Gi-Oh one, and the guy just kept doing, like, he just kept breaking the rules, and his opponent was like, no, you can't do that, and he's like, I summoned this card and this card, and it's like, no, you can't do
summon
that.
cards, dude.
There's a game right now on the Oculus that I love. It's called Pistol Whip, and it's basically a music-based shooter, like maybe like Beat Saber and stuff, which I never follow the rhythm. But basically, you're on a track. You're following this track. You have a gun or two guns, depending how you set it up, and there's just guys coming out shooting at you, and you're just blasting away. You feel like John Wick. It's freaking awesome.
That's badass. I love VR.
It's really awesome. Alex Half-Life Alex is amazing. I'm playing that one right now.
Yep.
Oh, I heard that.
Beat Saber is always a classic to go to. No Man's Sky is amazing in VR if you want to feel the feeling of being in your own spaceship, leaving the atmosphere of a planet, and flying through space, hitting warp jumps.
Dude, I got that, and I've been wanting to play it, and I totally forgot about that. I gotta jump into VR with No Man's Sky.
Speaking of The Forest is a VR game as well if you want to murder cannibals in first person or in VR. I was doing that the other day. I was carrying one on my shoulder for like an hour, just showing them off to all the other cannibals. Be like, "This is yours. I did this." It's pretty awesome. VR is a whole other world.
Yeah, I feel like Village is the ultimate like opportunity just to have next gen horror as a VR experience. Like whether it's like Valve Next or PC headsets or like PlayStation VR. Like I'm sure, like I don't know, like it's definitely an option, but like we definitely don't see people talking about like on the Xbox side having that option.
Apparently Xbox is working on their own version. I know Microsoft has the augmented reality that they're working on.
Yeah, they tried those glasses things and they completely abandoned it.
Okay. No, they're still working on it. I just saw a promo for it the week before last about like using it in a work environment of having your team come together because you can't meet actually in person. There's like a virtual Tony Stark looking layout, and like guy like pops into the meeting. He's like, "Hey, don't forget this," and he sets it on this virtual table. And then someone else is like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna put that over here where it belongs." And it's like they're working. It was impressive. It's amazing.
I need it.
Yeah, Beggy. I thought that RE8 would be the pushing point for the next VR for PlayStation, but they haven't announced anything.
What about isn't there an Iron Man game on like the Oculus Rift now or the PS4?
Yeah, PSVR. I've got the Iron Man game. That's pretty awesome. It works pretty well. It's pretty cool.
You should get that, JJ.
JJ got rained on.
I hate this boss because like literally as soon as I aim at it, because it's so hard because it doesn't auto aim. As soon as I get it locked in, I just get fucking rubble over and over, and I die because of rubble. Pissed.
Mountain Dew Ramen just actually talked about that. $5 super chat from Mountain Dew Ramen says aiming without auto aim in Resident Evil 1 is like Project Zomboid build 41.
Seriously.
Oh my gosh. Have you guys tried playing Resident Evil 3 without auto aim? It is a nightmare trying to like dodge Nemesis. You dodge him and you don't aim at him. It's just like such a travesty trying to realign yourself after dodging Nemesis. You don't even get to like shoot him.
Aside from this game on the PlayStation, everything is auto aim. Like that's one thing I could never go back to is no auto aim. I'm doing it tonight, but as you can see, it gets really frustrating.
It's difficult.
Very. Because like I'm aiming at it, it looks like, and then you shoot and you're like, oh, I'm way over here. And then by the time you like center up on it, you get rubbled. Rubbled to death. Bunch of bullshit.
Bullshit.
It's such an interesting concept, like aiming before we had any of like on-screen cursor, any type of like real aiming. It's just like moving back and forth. It's like a swivel. Like every Resident Evil character is like shooting in a shooting gallery. Is like what it feels like.
It was like it was a skill to pop headshots.
Yeah,
for real.
I was like, all right, just put my little red dot on his face, and there we go.
By the time you aim, he's got you in his grasp, I imagine. Pretty much. But it's a broken game. They need to patch this. Yeah, 100%. Alright, let me grab this.
We have a ton of green herbs, wow.
I know. I got the health, I gotta bring some more of it.
Yeah.
You need the book now?
Yeah, I gotta put it into.
Oh, you gotta put the book to open. Yeah, to get in there to begin with. Okay.
There's no auto aim in real life, JJ. True Spartus. This is very, very accurate simulator.
Yep.
There's no auto aim in real life. I love that.
You know, speaking of VR and aiming,
Yeah.
the first time I tried VR, I was at the not BlizzardCon. What's the one for Quake? QuakeCon.
QuakeCon
in Dallas, and they had the Vive, and I was like really wanted to check it out. And they were doing Fallout and they were doing Doom. So we waited in line forever. We finally get up there. My wife does Doom and I do Fallout. I'm watching her play Doom and she's having a blast. And they're like, you know, murdering all these demons and stuff. And I get in Fallout. I'm getting rushed by monsters and bandits and stuff. And I'm like, hey man, how do I aim?
Yeah.
Like just look down the sights. I was like, fucking light bulb. No shit. So I pick up the gun of like aiming down the sight, shoot these guys. But it didn't even occur to me until he said that. No, yeah, actually, that's how it works. You just actually aim down the sights.
That's how you do it,
Hard,
yeah.
honestly. First time jumping into VR experiences is just like it's super alien. Like I remember one of my friends, he showed me. Oh, this game is an incredible workout, by the way. I forgot what the name of it is, but it's a boxing game, and your opponent will approach you, and they'll like kind of shift forward, and it feels like he's really gonna like swing and hit you with like a hook or something. And it's like kind of scary that way, but it is an amazing workout because you really have to put a lot of force into your movements and your punches, and I could not put up with it for just like more than like maybe 5-10 minutes. But it will really beat the crap out of you. It's so interesting how like because you're saying it would be like a no-brainer to just look down the sights and aim a gun.
Right.
It's like everything in the VR is like for the first time. It is completely just like fresh, and it just doesn't register immediately. Like for me, I take a very long time to just get used to the gameplay feel of like any VR game now. And that's just how it is. Honestly, I've gotten used to it.
Yeah, like same experience. I was playing Creed: Rise to Glory. I was actually playing that like a lot for a couple months because I was using it to work out. So I would go in the gym, I'd be like hitting the bags, doing different combinations, and get in the ring with Rocky, and he's doing pad techniques and working the pads and stuff. And you go fight the guy in the ring, and it was like this. It was a good workout, but like you don't realize that you're throwing like a hook or something. You're hitting the bag, and in my mind, I know what a heavy bag feels like when I hit it.
Right.
And then I'm hitting in the VR. It's like it still feels the same to me. It's such a weird like connection.
I'm fucking done.
Punching air.
I'm fucking done, dude. Fuck this shit.
JJ cannot hit this plant.
Dude, I fucking shot like 20 shots. I can't hit the fucking thing. I'm out.
All over the place.
I'm gonna die one more time. I'm gonna try one more time. I'm fucking done.
All right.
It's covering
you change
so much
your
of the
position
screen.
group?
No, I'm not doing it. I was, and it just every place I go, I just get rubbled.
Oh, you're doing it. You're doing
In the
it.
chat.
You found it. You're shooting it.
The echo.
Can you go back and heal now and not have it regenerate its health? Oh.
I know my aim was fucking garbage, but literally I would just move a little bit over and it would go that way, and I move a little bit over to go that way.
Mountain Dew has a good point. Shotgun's a pretty good weapon for this.
I'm just gonna use that.
The spray. Is VR shooting like a real gun? Kind of and kind of not. Like you don't get the sensation of an actual recoil, but it's kind of, I don't know, it is and it isn't. It's a different type of shot, I guess. It's fun. It's kind of hard to explain. Like I can feel a vibration, the haptic feedback in the controller when I pull the trigger, so I know I'm shooting a weapon. At the same time, there's not like that, initial kickback or recoil of the gun. So it's a weird disconnect, but it's still fun as hell.
Yes, I know
Okay,
if I make the V-Jolt,
no.
Ariel will save me, but I hate making the V-Jolt, so I'm just gonna accept my fate.
You can do this.
Resident Evil 6, aka Michael Bay edition.
Oh God.
Explosions. These aren't really a solution, Mr. Bay. Anybody remembers Imagination Land from South Park? They bring in all the directors to come up with a solution. It's just explosion.
And the whole time, Cartman does not give a fuck about anything.
Nope.
He just wants like Kyle to do what he's supposed to do to him.
Yeah, he lost a bet and he had to do something very inappropriate. I love South Park. That's such a great show. I love the older episodes.
South Park episode, like they spoofed Dawn of the Dead was like Night of the Living Homeless.
Yes, Night of the Living Homeless. Change.
Supposed to change. What was the one that's just like, damn it, we're out of Pop Tarts. No, we still got these. Those are cherry.
Those are cherry. Randy. Randy's probably my favorite character next to Butters.
Oh God, yeah.
Um,
I think my favorite Randy episode is probably the one where he he took the biggest crap and they were
oh yeah, yeah. I get fun of Bono.
Oh no.
I love the Make Love Not Warcraft episode.
Yeah. hello.
Hello, it's Vertigo.
Casa Bonita. Oh my God, yeah.
Been there. I've been there. I've actually been to Casa Bonita because of that show. Because I lived in Colorado for 2 years. It's a real place, right next to my college I went to. Literally right next to it. I went to Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design in Lakewood, Colorado. Casa Bonita is in the shopping center right in front of it.
I thought it was just like a made-up place.
Nope, it's exactly. Well, I wouldn't say as it's happy as it is in the show because it was kind of sad when I went in there. No, they had this dude who was probably in his 20s doing cliff diving in the pool. They got like this whole waterfall thing, and he's actually doing diving. They've got the stuff you can go and explore in. It all smells like chlorine. That's the problem.
Chlorine's a good smell.
No,
to a point. Not when you're eating fajitas and trying to, scarf down some sopapillas. But it was cool, man. That was just an experience that I had to have. Like, Casa Bonita is a real place, and I am so happy to say that I went there. Fun. It was. It's all right. Like I say, the food was good. You put the little flag up, you get the sopapillas. They bring them out, and they got the arcade area. They got the little exploring areas. The cliff diver. It was an interesting experience. Glad I went.
Look at this shotgun. Take it, this boss. It's working better. Wherever he aims, it's hitting. No matter what. It's the opposite of grenades.
Rubble!
Rubble.
Oh, he almost. That
Yes!
was so lucky. He almost died right there.
Hey, I think you got it.
Scrotum sack. Got
He
it.
said yes.
Son of a bitch. It's not dead yet.
This plant is toast.
Ah!
There we go.
I'm not making the vigil. I hate making
Ghostbusters, but Resident Evil.
Oh shit.
Plant
Gets dome split.
What the hell is this?
Mountain Dew Ramen saved you, JJ. With the
Hell
shotgun.
yeah.
Good
Barry came to
advice.
save the day.
I don't know what you would have done.
Oh, if
That
the
was very
shotgun was
difficult.
super helpful.
Yeah.
Barry, where's Barry?
Here to kick ass.
The fucking flamethrower of all things. Where did you even get that, Barry?
I
I
know,
don't
right?
ask questions. I just let Barry do Barry.
You just stole it from Chris.
Oh, that's right. Chris gets it.
Yeah.
Bro, I know
Bro,
that now,
need
though.
that?
Do not use a grenade launcher on this thing. Jesus.
You'd think a grenade launcher would work better.
If you can hit it.
Yeah.
True.
That was close.
He's hitting the wall.
Just take a look at this.
Don't mention it. What a monster.
I was talking to one of the guys in the umbrella division down in Texas, and like they really can't wait for Roe to come back. They want us to come down like early if it's possible, so like they can take us to their range.
That'll be
so we can do like a
amazing.
Roe versus Umbrella.
Out to my cousin. We're related. Met him when I was a kid. We don't really remember each other, but he is my cousin. Part of the umbrella team down here, which I'm down here too. So hit me up if you're watching.
Yeah, you're good there now.
Well, yeah, because like he was telling me, he's like, yeah, it's like you guys just like, are really cool, and we can't wait to like have you come back, and like like you guys can have your team. It can be like, oh, I was like, oh, dude, like I get to be.
We'll go out there and play some airsoft or paintball.
Like
Hell
firefights and shit.
Be awesome. Let them know. Hey, send them to me if you want, because I don't know how to get a hold of them at this point. Actually, I could probably go to my other cousin Sally, but and find out what get a hold of those guys. I'd like to hang out with them, bring them to the house.
Yeah, they're on. I got them on. They follow me on my photography page and everything like that. But yeah, I'll send them the email because you still got your Instagram. I know you don't use it much, but
I don't use it. But yeah, if I get tagged in something, it'll probably pop up. So
Mountain Dew
weird,
Ramen
right?
with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much for that, Mountain Dew Ramen. He says Barry is the backup man or bum. He actually is. I'm pretty sure that's his term.
So
in
you're
the
sick.
archives book.
The plant is a hentai
That's
plant.
what
Oh
I
Jesus
was
Christ,
going
no!
to say.
I'm gonna read a fun
Where
fact
have you been? You disappeared
from
from
the Resident
hall
Evil
all of a
archives
sudden.
book. That's
I'm
right. I'm
sorry,
bringing it back,
but
baby.
I have my reasons.
Fun fact
Now
time.
you guys have met them. It was all I could do. To
Look at how
protect
ripped Wesker
myself
is here.
against
Look at
those
his biceps.
strange
Dude, he's
creatures.
always been
Look at
shredded.
his arm.
Is that right?
Have you seen the
It's
guy
good
that's
to
supposed
see
to
you're
play him?
safe.
What's his name again?
Oh, the guy in the
Our first
FMV.
priority is to get
In the remake and the movies.
Oh yeah.
Yes, You're
Hopper.
I can't think of his name offhand, but he's in pretty good shape.
Now there are a lot of rooms.
Yeah,
in
he's
that
big,
mansion
man. He's a
that
big
we
dude
can't get
without
into
all the
because they're
prosthetics. Because he
locked
was
up.
also in Black Sails.
I have been looking
So
around
he's an
for
actor that I'm very
clues.
familiar with. Also, Robbie Amell.
Okay. I'll go to the
So I'm pretty excited to see them come in. Like all those actors I've recognized at
Will you
some
do
point.
that?
I'm really excited to see them
counting
show
on
up in the movies, and hopefully they do a good job.
Same here, dude. Same here. Dakota Bishop with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, dude. He says, hey, I hope that the row comes to Knoxville, Tennessee. Dude, it's our dream to go all over the place. So hopefully one day we can do that. We can travel, bring actors, and do panels. That would be so much fun. One day.
Yeah,
Road
guys.
show.
I want to go to
It's like
Japan.
if you want the road to come to your con or your
True,
state
I
of
want to go to Japan.
conventions, then you just gotta let the con know about us and tell all your friends to be like, hey, we want them here. Because one of the reasons how you get guests at cons is that there has to be a need for them. So if you send an email, that's not just going to be enough. You're going to have to get people to flood the convention people in order to get them to come to your con.
Yeah.
That's like one of the best, like, because that's like kind of what we did for the Devil May Cry guys for CT Con. Like we heard Johnny was going to be announced, and then this was the year that Devil May Cry 5 had come out. So everybody was just like, shit. So like I'm in a group, huge group of thousands of people, and we all like spam the CT place to get the others in.
Oh.
I just didn't pick that up. It's the road show.
Yeah.
Like Markiplier and all those guys did that several years ago. Where they had their like string of shows they went to, and we could do that. Right, what's the fact?
All right.
Fact.
Known as a gun nut among his peers, he is quite the gun collector. Privately, he is close friends with Robert Kendo, the owner of Kendo Gun Shop in Raccoon City. He leaves the modifications of the Star's Samurai Edge guns to Kendo and is extremely pleased with the powerful results. That's a fun fact for Barry. Let's see. Let's read another one. Barry is recognized as a gun collector. Before the Manson incident, he ordered a gun called the Raging Bull from Kendo Gun Shop, but because of the calamity, he couldn't go collect it. So if you play the games, you know that, but it's just something fun that he was good friends with Robert Kendo, and he was a gun nut. So they were buds, and the Raging Bull was custom made by Robert. I believe part of it was actually by Joseph Kendo. And I don't really know if Robert Kendo's full involvement with that weapon, but I do know Joseph Kendo had a huge role in, and Joseph Kendo is Robert Kendo's brother, but he had a huge role in a lot of the guns that they made, like the Samurai Edge. Fun stuff, fun fact.
And isn't in Resident Evil 3, I think there's an email to Barry that you get, like a fax or something, and it's about the Samurai Edge, and then he says like, you know, he's getting the hell out of town, like come find me, we'll go fishing or something.
Yeah, that was a 64 version. Yeah, I think it was a Raging Bull, but yeah, that was definitely a file that you find only in the Resident Evil 2 64 version. That was really cool.
Oh, is that,
what was that book, JJ?
This is the Resident Evil Archives book. It's excellent. It's got some typos, but it's full of really fun, interesting facts about the characters, the games, just a lot. There's Archives 1 and Archives 2. Archives 1 features all the games up to Code Veronica, and then Archives 2 is 4 and onward.
And they're expensive as fuck.
I got this for $40 on eBay. I cannot believe I got it for that price because they were ridiculously expensive.
Speaking of Resident Evil books, there is that new Alex and Neil book that is available now for the earliest version of the patrons that actually had their names in the book. So that's like super exciting. I can't wait to read that. It's the unofficial history.
You can still buy it physically though, right?
You can. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Thankfully, right?
Yeah.
Because I want to get that. I just didn't have the money at the time to like donate to get my name into the book, and I really wanted to, but I'll still buy the book to help him out. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll definitely be available. It's an Unbound publisher that is publishing it.
All right, guys. We've been live now for over 3 hours. It's getting pretty late here, so are you guys cool with me calling it right now?
Oh, fuck no, man. We're going for another 11 hours. Let's go!
Just got done doing 11 hours.
I was ready for you to beat all Chris and Jill's campaigns. I was here for the long run.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was a super fun speed run. You guys probably didn't see because I went so fast, but I beat them all. Yeah, but no, I just want to give a huge thank you to everybody who has come together and just comes to hang out with us here at the Residents of Evil. Just coming to kick back and play games and just hanging out in the chat really means a lot to us. Like I said, it's like being a kid again, sort of just hanging out with your cousins or your friends or whatever and playing Resident Evil games, except we're doing it on a much larger scale now. But it's incredible that we have this very close-knit community. Everybody here in our chat's very open to newcomers there's no arguments. Our mods do a good job of keeping that in check. But it's really cool, and I'm just glad to be part of this community. And so that's to you guys. And then just the 25th anniversary of Resident Evil. Just to come together with the full row team, all of you guys, Stephanie, Nick, and Jolene, to just hang out and talk about our experiences with Resident Evil has been incredible. Again, a huge congratulations to Capcom for having a series run as long as this series has, and continue to innovate and continue to just be the best it can be, I guess you can say, because I'm super looking forward to Village. This is the year of Resident Evil, you guys. We got the reboot, we got the Infinite Darkness, we got Village, and we got maybe some other stuff. So that's just what I want to say is thank you guys so much. Again, you mean a lot to us. We appreciate you guys coming by, and this series means a lot to me. But yeah, what do you guys got? Anything you guys want to say?
A shout out to, again, Nick, Stephanie, and Jolene for giving us their time. Thank you so much. I know it was last minute if you guys watched the end of the stream. I really appreciate you guys giving us your time tonight and hanging out. It was a lot of fun. Thank you to all the people who've been hanging out watching this. This has been a long stream, and we've been going strong. We wouldn't have this if you guys didn't watch, right? So
exactly, yeah.
I appreciate all of you so much. For people who donated, for people who became members, subscribers, was it?
Yeah, members.
Members, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. And again, thank you guys for everything you do, for supporting us. And thank you to the team for being there for us.
You got anything you want to say, Peggy?
Yeah. So first of all, huge thanks again to Nick, Stephanie, and Jolene for joining us. I think tonight was like a perfect reminder of how far Resident Evil has come. Not having this auto aim was like honestly like a flashback to all of those early OG titles of really struggling through that. But yeah, it's just really a beautiful franchise that has just so many different adaptations and characters that people have invested into for many years to no end. And I feel like a lot of horror games, they kind of struggle to keep their characters alive after a certain number of titles. And then those characters are a little forgotten, but like, I think this is the single horror franchise with the most, ongoing love through the decades for these characters and reinventing them and just bringing them back. And it's just amazing to see all that love there. And I take a huge pride in these characters and all of their different adaptations, and they're just so cool to see. So obviously, yeah, super excited for Village going forward, super excited for Infinite Darkness and everything else that's coming our way. But yeah, tonight was awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you guys. Tony, you got anything you'd like to say?
I like cheese.
Okay.
I love that.
I just had to be me. No, I want to thank everybody that tuned in today and all of our streams and have continued to support our channel for the couple of years that we've been around as a team. And obviously thanks to Nick, Steph, and Jolene for taking time out of their busy day, because they've been so busy with signings and everything and projects. And really, it means a lot that they joined us. And again, thank you to everybody who comes out and supports us. It means a lot. And this series has been one hell of a ride for 25 years. We've gotten a lot of ups and downs with this franchise, but it's still great that people are just as passionate as they are about it, now as they were when it first came out.
Yeah. Well said, guys. Well, thank you guys all again so much. We appreciate you. And we're going to be live again this Friday, so definitely stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed this video, check out some of our other content. We're going to have some other videos coming out soon, so there's a lot coming up. Again, you're Resident Evil, so thank you guys so much, and you have a good night. We'll see you soon. Good night, everybody.